All right, boys, hit reset. Daytona 5.
Race fans, welcome. FRB coming to you live and hot from Pismo Beach, California. I'm Chris Paul Hamish, your lunatic in the booth, and welcome to Front Row Esports. And we got the Daytona Duels and kicking off this 2025 season. Super stoked. Here we go, man. Lots of work, lots of efforts. Oh man, and finally it is time for kickoff. Oh man, this race is truly epic. If you're not familiar with the Daytona 500, you're about to be. All right, so first, which we're starting off the Daytona Duels. We got these drivers split apart in a couple groups here. We're going to throw them for some go fast racing. And, I mean, it is going to be hot. It should be some hot action. It's going to be all about placement and lining yourself up for that crucial start for Daytona 500. Again, I'd like to give a great and awesome shout out to our sponsors, Moza Racing, W Energy Drink, Trek Racer, and of course we have the Raptor Race Graphics now on board here. Where is he trying to bite me again? I'm not sure, but yeah, we got all those. Ooh, let me see if I can pop up my little graphics here as we're getting ourselves underway for tonight's race. Lots of fun and excitement ahead of us in tonight's races. We got a couple close to full fields here ahead of us, and it's going to be pretty exciting. A lot of things to go over, but let's start off with, of course, the fun stuff. What is making this Daytona 500 for Front Row Esports so special? Not only is it the drivers and the talent that we have lined up for you all. Oh my goodness, we're talking some of the cream of the creme here, as these drivers are bringing in some high I rating. We have an I rating minimum that you have to hit for the Cup Series, and of course it is open setup, so that means it is a team aspect out there, which we're going to get into a lot of as we get a little bit further on through our into this Daytona Pro presentation. But this is the other reason why these drivers are going to really want to win this race. Yes, fans, we have ourselves a mock trophy of the James Earl Henry, whatever. That Earl James. There you go. Earl James Henry Trophy. Yeah, that's it. So anyways, yeah, so fantastic here. We're going to, driver's name is going to go here for whoever wins this thing. But solid all the way through. I mean, it is, like I said, it is one unique. And it took a while. So I'm very excited to give this out. Going to be a little saddened to see it go, but it's going to open up room for a lot more. And speaking of more, we're not going to forget the Truck Series now. No, of course not. Shoot, crazy. All right, check us out. So we got ourselves a pretty awesome truck trophy here going to the Daytona winner. Name here, of course. And of course this one. Yeah, baby. Light that Joker up. Yeah, that thing looks cool. I am pretty stoked with how this one came out as well. Lots of detail. Got everything. I mean, it is pretty cool. So yeah, this is we're trying to treat our drivers right, because they're going to treat us right with an amazing race and amazing show. All right, so let's get into this race and this show. We're waiting on Tom Freitas, the Gunnisar to charge, the owner of Front Row Esports. Should be gracing us with his presence here momentarily, as he is. Well, he's over there conducting the symphony. It's more like, get into place, man. Let's go. I mean, he's over there trying to crack the whip on these donkeys to get these guys in line and ready to rock for tonight's race. And super, dude, he's just all kinds of crazy busy with it. You'll see the list of drivers here in just one moment. All right, so let's what is in our our goodies tonight here. Let's look over our goodies as we have our, there we go. Track map, of course. How can we ever, oh, that's kind of wrong there a little bit, but that's whatever. Anyways, location international, of course, 1801 West International Speedway Boulevard, Daytona Beach, Florida. 2.5 mile oval super speedway, babies. Tri-oval, of course. Opened in February 22nd or 22, 1959. Way back when, used to run on the beach, which is particularly fond of. And phenomenal racetrack here when it comes to this matter. 32-degree banking. This thing has all the speed in it. And of course, this is one of those super speedways that you actually have to kind of pay attention to. Find that groove, find out where the line is going and what is progressing as the race is continuing. And of course, working your strategy. Inaugural Race Cup runner Lee Petty, and when it comes to our race winner of last year, which was Chris Carroll, yep, and he was in the 99 back then. Oh, there we go. That kind of helps a little bit, I guess, but I don't know why that's not working like it's supposed to. But anyways, there we go. All right, Atlanta. Oh, here we go. Here's the fun stuff here. Da-da-da-da-da! Front Row Esports 2025 lineup. Driver lineup here. We got Ronnie Morrison, Sidness Joker on pole. Oh my God, in the 69. Are you kidding me? But you see these times here. Look how close they are, bouncing back and forth, because that's how it lines out here. So what we got on odds and evens? Odds and evens. Let me break this down for you real quick. Odds, of course, is everybody who's an odd number who on their qualifying initial single car lap qualifying run, this is where they place. So all the odds are getting into duel number 1, and the even numbers is duel number 2. Jeremy Richmond's gonna lead off that field and that army right there, as you see both back and forth here in the second positions. J.R. Scrumberg, Kyle Wellman, Daniel Best made it up there, Scott Gilroy, Stephen Hayes, Hunter Bogdan, Kenneth Bartholomew, Benjamin Stevens, Stephen Bird, Tom Freitas, Segunik, Chris Carroll, Jacob Grant. Oh man, the list continues on and on and on. As you see, just a plethora of drivers here, and we'll kind of go over them in just one moment. As yeah, we are good. All right. But yeah, I'm sorry. Continuing on here, but you're going to be looking at basically 2 races tonight, separate races, of course. Let's bring us on back. Oh, there it is. Okay. So, in tonight's race is what we're looking at. 45-lap race tonight. Open setup, so it's a run what you brung. You're going to see teams out there trying to work together. We got a plethora of teams in tonight and in the season. So I'm looking forward to see how that dynamic's really going to play itself and its crucial role in a race like this one. The finish will determine the outside or the line of the race. Sorry. So basically, it determines your outside line. But, oh yeah, that's what we're describing to on the dual one. I kind of messed that up a little bit. But the finish will determine your placement of this race, on whether you're going to be in the inside or the outside. So if you're if you're in duel 2, I don't know why I always mess this up. If you're in duel 2, you're going to be in the outside line. So this will determine the outside line in your finish. If the inside line for duel 1. I'm sure I confused the holy bejesus out of you on that one, but that's okay. There we go. Let's bring us on back. Oop. On bad. And bam! So, basically, yeah, we have ourselves a go fast race tonight. I think it's gonna be very crucial to keep that thing up, style toward the front, keep it clean. They don't want to be wrecking and damaging these cars. I do believe they have a quick repair in the hauler. Tires really won't be too much of a factor. I believe it will be a splash and go style of run if it does remain green, which will be awesome because oh man, that'd be pretty cool if it went all the way up through it, which is what we're looking for. I mean, this is just a placement. You want to have a good start for the 500 because with all of these cars on the track at the same time for that duration of a race, I mean, I think you want to be styled a little bit more forward because of the energy. The energy of we're going to go over that a lot through the racing of the super speedways over the next week or so. And basically what's going to happen there is that, the further you're toward the back of the field, the more that negative energy is going to go back to, as opposed to the positive energy going forward. All right, yeah. So, when you're up forward here, you're getting less of that negative energy surging back to you, creating all kinds of havoc, if you will. Let's check out our time on tonight's race here, as I do believe we are getting ready to drop it into, we're going to go directly into the race here. So there's no qualifying. They've already got that one done, hence all the list, but we will bring that list back up one more time and go over it as we were waiting on Tom to show on up and kind of go over some race strategies. What do these drivers have in their minds is what I'm curious. Is it going to be one of those get to the front, kind of bulldozing your way through, or is it going to be more strategy? Link up with the teammates that you have out there. Matter of fact, the guys you've been running with, right? The guys you're comfortable with. As I believe, oh no, I thought I heard something there. 1 minute. Yeah, that's a firm. So we're still in test now. I'm gonna go to most exciting actually. Switch our camera views. See if we have ourselves a little more of a grander picture on when we're kicking this thing off. I thought my timing was pretty tight, was pretty close on it, so it should be any moment. We do have ourselves a little national anthem to go over. But yeah, let's look over that list of drivers one more time. That's cool. All right, here we go. So yeah, and what we're going to be kicking off with here again is going to be the odds first. So this will be duel number 1, Ronnie Morrison in that P1, overall P1. JR Scrumber is going to be second, third position. Oh, JR in the 13. Let's see, Daniel Best in the number 10 will be third spot. Fourth position, Stephen Hayes in the number 5. Kenneth Bartholomew in the 73 is in that 5th position. 6th position is going to be Stephen Bird in the 26. Chris Carroll in that 7th position, that 97. John Wright in the 06. 8th position. 9th position, Chris Spencer in the number 62. Garrett Wiles in the 92s, the 92, or 926, or 92, right? And that's rounding out your top 10. The 11 position is going to go to Mitch Diamond in the number 6 car. We got Michael Hayes in the number 24 in that 12th position. 13th is going to go to Sam Lawson in number 64. Tyler Honeycutt in that number 9 is going to be getting it done in the 14th position. 15th, Jamie Horn in the number 98. 16th is going to go Byron Gay in the number 12. Hunter Cole in the number 31 in that 17th position. 18th, rounding out the rear of the field, is going to be Tanner Marr with the most treacherous seat in the house, I think. Maybe the best, because if there's some kind of calamity happening, he's going to be first to divert. But that's going to be what's coming up in the duel number 1. Duel number 2, kind of get over that real quick, give them since we got a holler. We've got Jeremy Richmond in the number 97 in that to sit in that P1 for duel number 2. Kyle Wellman in the number 42 is in that 2nd position. Scott Gilroy in the number 99. 3rd. 4th position, Hunter Bogdan in the 86. Benjamin Stevens in the number 34, 5th position. 6th, Tom Freitas in the 32. 7th, Jacob Grant in the number 19. Michael Reeves in the 33 in that 8th position. 9th is going to be Hunter Lagunas in the number 27. Ryan Zimmerman, old Zimmy, in the number 28. Round out your top 10er. Josh Harbin in the 95. We'll get some better. In the 11th position, Carl Lindstrom. Oh, Carl gets, oh man. Got him in the 83 in that 12th position. Got 13th of Kyler McCartney. I've seen his name before in some other thing. But anyways, he's in the number 44. So again, a lot of new names in Front Row Esports. But this is one name that we all know very well. And that's going to be Mr. Dylan Banks, old cake eater. That is our Cup Series 2024 champion. and that number 48, starting way back when in the 14th position. So 15th, Matt Jones. Oh man, Matt Jones up in his choke. Wait till you see this 77 fly, man. He's gonna create some magic and havoc out there on track in that 15th position. Denny White, gonna be some bootlegging right here going on in that 88, in that 16th position, hauling it from the back to the front. That's what you gotta do. Steven Johnson. We ain't gotta go here, man. This man is born to fly. He gonna fly himself from the back to the front, but he gonna do it later. So when it comes to touchdown time, he's Johnny on the spot. But we'll look for that number 2. And Larry Bell, of course, at the 43. I mean, we've got legends here all day long, and Larry Bell's one of them. So again, you got some really fast cats starting in the back. Let's see how much they're going to link up together and see their patience. Maybe see that outside line just come ripping and roaring. I don't know. Could be anything, you know. But I do believe we are in it now. So I am going to drop us over into the national anthem. Maybe be back here in just a moment. I think. Let me double check one more time here. Oh my goodness. 30 seconds. What is this? Oh, that's beautiful. That's right. Well, we were looking for Tom to come and help us out here and give us a little insight from the driver's point of view. But he is supposed to be in the booth with us here in just a moment. So we'll see. We'll have him help us call the race and have all kinds of fun with it. But looks like we are almost ready to get into it. So let's drop this over to national. I'll be back here for the start of tonight's duel number 1 for Front Row Esports 2025 Cup Series.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars
What do you want to do with your life?
And rock we shall. Welcome, everyone, to Front Row Esports. Kickoff to the 2025 season. I'm Chris Paul Amos, and we got the duel number 1 about to drop the hammer here in tonight's race. First green flag on the books for Front Row Esports. Always an exciting moment. And obviously a nerve-wracking one for all of us, honestly. As we're going to go ahead and get this one off to a bang. trying to nail the start here, and here we go. Green all kinds. Let's make sure we got some noise in her. There you go, Tom. Better late than never. Yep, I got you. But right now, man, we are up underway here. Ronnie Morrison leading the way in the number 69er. We got Daniel Best in the 10. He's following in quick pursuit on that bottom line. Ooh, now you see the 69 dropping back, and actually, this is exactly the program for the 69er of Ronnie Morrison. Now, Tom's going to elaborate here a little bit of why he just did this maneuver to get to the back of the pack so fast. Tom? Gotcha. Okay, so sorry about that. I think we're having a little bit of a tech difficulty here with Tom's chat, which, man, I wish we... Yeah, just give us a second here as we're still under green flag racing, couple of spots. Oh, I'm sorry, a little bit of a big breakaway for the top half here as we got a lot of guys sticking to the same strategies here. But let me see if I can bring up that Discord one more time. I don't know why. There's Tom right there, but why we are not getting a Discord. Let's try this. All right. So we got Tom up and his camera up. We see this one. Let's see if we can get it into full screen, get our ducks in a row here. All right, there it is. Tom, maybe if you can help out. And
what you need me to do, bud?
Just kind of check over our stream, make sure we're good to go there, of course.
Yep, I'm working on it as we speak.
All right, there we go. Okay, so we do it 3 wide right now. 13, JR Scrumber. Sorry, we're going to be a little off in our broadcasting just for a second as I'm getting my ducks in a row here and make sure we're squared away. So we got a 3 wide almost maneuver. Yes, we do. 13 in the sucker hole, but getting a draft off that lead car, which that's going to be, I believe, Daniel Best in the number 10, possibly number 10 there, leading that outside line. Now we got a good 3 wide going on. A little bit of help from Harris Rumber as we see 2 cars lining up in the middle, outside line, starting to make its ground, and that is going to be the 5 car of Stephen Hayes. Stephen Hayes now charging the outside line, and in support there is going to be the number 64? No, negative. That is the number 24 of Mike Hayes. So Stephen Hayes and Mike Hayes, I can only imagine that these two are brothers and working together here on the outside line. Genius maneuvering right off the bat. These guys are trying to take control of the race by linking up tough and making it hard to get past them. As you see him now working the outside line and making all the momentum go to the outside line. You see a lot of guys checking up right now. And, again, things starting to kind of break away. Now we're going to have the 0-2 of Scotty Stevens. Oh, wait, no, Chris Spencer. Sorry.
Spencer, yeah.
Sorry, yeah, he's in the 0-2 of Chris Spencer. And he is working the bottom line right now, working his way up forward with, I believe, some good help from the 29 of James Nesta. So, again, got some cats that are not going to be quite in here because they didn't have all their ducks in a row for the start of this race. So we're going to be kind of catching up. These guys are roaring around the track right now at speed. Now the drag race is starting to pick up here. We got Hayes starting to get a challenge from the 0-2 of Spence. Chris Spencer, no, I'm sorry, double 0-2, or the triple numbers really messes me up. Anyways, the 0-2 of Spencer on the bottom here, leading this bottom line. We have Stephen Bird, he's going to be that 26, a couple cars back. These guys are trying to line up tough right now, really share this air and, of course, producing more horsepower.
or at least try to get the maximum of horsepower these cars have to offer. JR Scrumber's in that 13th position, see him high on the outside, trying to shape it up and line it up. Okay, so that's a 9-2 of Garrett. That's fine. Yeah, you can't see here. I can't see these guys' numbers. But we got the 10 car. See that thing nice and beautifully. That's Daniel Best right here. He's giving it all. He's going to save his best for the end because he wants to be there. And you see him nice and tight on the bottom. Here goes the 0-2 of Spence now. Spence gonna back her on up. But that's also backing up the center line. So something happened up there. Either that was by choice or not by much. Now he's going to jump to the outside line, pick up some speed there. But Stephen Hayes and Mike Hayes, the Hayes brothers, are leading the way. Got Sam Lawson in the 64, trailing in that 3rd position, and then Garrett Wiles right there with. So 4th position, top 5 rounder out is going to be JR Scrumber. These guys looking good on the outside here with Mitch Diamond in the 6. Mitch Diamond trying to put some pressure on these boys, but he's not really feeling it right now. Just nice and spaced out. Let this thing start to wind itself up. I know
inside line is coming like a freight train, though.
Absolutely, we see this one moving. Tom, what do you see here?
I just noticed the outside line there had a little bobble, a little checkup, and that inside line, looked like they had 20 more mile an hour on the outside line. But, the one thing, with these cars, the air. Iracing has done such a good job at simulating the air that we feel in these cars, moving them around, slowing them up, speeding them up. The bubbles in between the cars. It is pretty good. So when you see, somebody might be watching this saying, "Oh, these guys can't hold a line," but that's the air moving these cars around. It's hard to describe until you actually get behind the wheel and feel it, but it's pretty incredible.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, thus far those lines are looking pretty good. You got some guys peeking out here, and a lot of times that's what'll happen. You'll peek out to see where is, how is that flow up there? How is it looking? Are these guys starting to gain really fast? Is it going to be? They're looking for the upcoming checkup. Like, when do I need a checkup, and how bad is it going to be? Because it's going to happen. As these guys, you hear them floating right now, floating that throttle, trying not to get such a tremendous run so he doesn't have to back up. Now they're going to jump to the outside. Looks like the lead is under attack now. Stephen Hayes and Mike Hayes are drifting back, and we got new players to the front here. This could be the 29 of James Nesta and Stephen Bird. Beautiful run. Oh, we got a caution out. Something happened. Must have happened toward the back of the field. It did. Oh, wait. Garrett Wiles is in this one, so he was right up here in the field. I didn't see this one happening, but let's see. It does not show, just shows yellow flag, but I do see. Let's just back this one up since that's going to be, I think, our most viable bet here. Yep. All right, we're going to slow down. We're going to look at this colorful car, the 9-2, Garrett. And this is where, obviously, I think it's where it starts, but I don't see a lot of checkup or anything like that happening, at least at the moment here. Let's see if we can broaden our view.
It's just a bad bump, and then you check up and then get hit from the rear and just...
Oh, there it is right there. So looks like check up right there. So he goes to the outside. Oh, yeah. Almost a single car incident here. We did have a little bit of tank slapper to the fence, but it looked like that should be repairable.
The good news is all these drivers now can pit, and they should have enough fuel to make it to the end.
Ooh, okay. So, well, that takes off that strategy and that call, but I wasn't, again, single car incident. We were hauling it. Everything was going real well. Let's go ahead and make sure that we are caught up to speed here. Since I had to rewind that one, it didn't show up on my tattletale. So we just had to do it oh, now it does. Go figure. Maybe I was just a little quick about it is what it was. There it is. All right, so we got everybody in here. Ronnie Morrison, your race leader, now going to get for your pole position. But he's going to look at this guy. He just like, I'm good. You're good. Good. That's fine. No worries. Hey. That's awesome. That is so cool, dude. He's just like, nope, I'm good. Kenneth Bartholomew said, I was playing it smart. So, okay, now that we got your sound and we got a moment here, Tom was describing to us about why the 69er is pulling this strategy card of being the gentleman, which that's far from his MO.
Yeah, that is an understatement there. But I guess we can't be too hard on tonight. But yeah, so basically turn that bullshit. So basically how it works for anyone who's not familiar with NASCAR, the duels set the starting lineup, for the 500. So the pole sitter in qualifying starts, duel 1, and then the outside row of the starting for the 500 will be the pole sitter for duel 2. So, basically the Ronnie Morrison and Jeremy Richmond, who have the front row for the 500, are locked in the front row for the 500.
Unless,
and the big word is if, they finish the duel. So if they finish the duel last, but as long as they cross the start-finish line, they still start on the front of the field for the 500. If they go through their backup car and then still don't finish the duel because they wrecked their cars, well, in real life, you go to a backup car, you start at the tail end of the field for the 500. So we simulate that. If they wreck and can't finish, sorry, you're going to forfeit that spot, and you're going to go to the back of the field.
Wow. Yep. That puts a pressure on them to stay out the way, right?
The other thing is, right, this is the last chance you have to get in with a pack of cars before the 500. So, testing setups and whatnot. So you got to take a gamble at some point and get some draft time. And, because again, we got new guys, right? We got a bunch of guys from over the years that we're used to racing with. We got guys we're not used to racing with. So we got to get a feel for how everybody races when it comes time for the 500. So laying back is a good strategy, but you also still need to get some seat time with the guys around you, up in the draft, pushing, being pushed, and stuff like that.
Absolutely. And if you think about it as well, it does give him the prime spot to monitor his competition and see how things flow, especially at the end.
Oh, 100%. So Garrett is still sitting on pit road. I'm not sure why.
Yeah. So there we go. We got your camera up there, Tom.
Hey.
Yeah.
I think he was getting some damage fixed. So.
Okay. Yeah. He did have himself some good damage. It looked like we are about ready to go green.
Getting ready to go. We are.
All right, so let's kick it off. We got ourselves enough to get ourselves a full run in. What we see, I look like we saw some patience, some drivers hanging back, sandbagging, if you will, trying to make it to the end. Again, which is smart. That's what I would. So, what are you feeling for your race coming up? Is this going to be a good opportunity to get an insight?
It is. It's going to give me a chance to learn and kind of see what's going on as the pace car is off, and we are green one more time here at Daytona.
Big jump by 73 Kenneth Bartholomew, and
big. Way too big.
Yeah, that's
gonna bite him.
That's it. This is gonna be a Jaws moment right here.
This now you're just watching the mirror going,
right?
Uh-oh,
Dang it! But looks like the 13th. So JR Scrum is going to play ball. He's gonna whoa it to slow it up, get on his bumper, give him a good shove here. He's got some help. He's got that James Ness and I believe the 29 all over his bumper right there. These three are lined up tough right now. Going to make it difficult for this outside line to get up the momentum they need to power out. Now, especially when I'm powering out of 4, is they just got stalled up something fierce by that inside line. Oh, contact there, big contact outside. Oh, who is this? Back here, drifting back. Oh no, that was Hayes. Stephen Hayes in the 5 car. These guys were front runners, and now he possibly jeopardy of losing the draft. So let's see if the only thing that's going to be keen in his favor at this moment is one of his teammates can roll back and pick him up quick enough. It doesn't have enough damage, of course, but if there's going to be a quick caution, if not, he's going to get lapped pretty quick. This has some help way back there. That blue is going to be Garrett Wild in a 9.26. So those two will be able to link up and create some kind of pace for themselves. But right now, look at the pace up front. We got the 73 Kenneth Bartholomew leading the way. J.R. Scrumber in the 73.
You know, from years past, right? We've done the duels for quite a few years now, right?
Roger.
Duel 2, Duel 1 is always kind of exciting, right? You get a lot of 2x2, a lot of, you know, not as much patience. Where Duel 2 is usually the one that where everybody's kind of running single file, feeling the car out. Then the last 10 laps, I think it's wild.
Yeah, absolutely. It got pretty wild right there coming out of 2. Them guys are grinding up against the fence, man. I'm like, the leader did, and everyone else followed. But right now it looks like they didn't slow them up or nothing. That outside line starting to gain up that momentum now. Here it comes. Samuel Lawson in the 64 trying to work this outside. Does so. Gets a huge run with the help of Tanner Barr in the 4 car. Coming from the back to the front. Which is, again, it's one of those things you can do here, but it's about doing it efficiently and effectively. And that's exactly what Tanner Marr did. Now he's teamed up with someone who thinks he's found the limit, and these guys are going to ride it out. Byron Gay in that 3rd position, Kenneth Bartholomew in the 73, and the 13 of J.R. Scrumber. All these guys lining up on the bottom. Mitch Diamond in the 6th. He's right there in that 6th position. So mirroring his effort right now is we got a sideways run of the 73 Kenneth Bartholomew. No man's land. He's going to go out there, hang out there by himself. I don't know if this was intent or not, but does not look like he's going to have any kind of followers. Ooh, scratch that and check that. Here he goes. A little bit of help here by Chris Spence. Man, felt a little bad for the guy lonely out there all alone on the outside. But the good thing is they got themselves a wide open door now of all kinds of fresh, good track up there for them to really put the pedal down and haul it down the backstretch here, see if they can make up some momentum. And they do so. They collected one more driver of the 24 now of Hayes, Mike Hayes in that 2-4. These 3 cars are rocking and rolling now. Chug-a-lugging along, man. Look at this. Still gathering positions, still gaining positions. All over his bumper right now is out 0-2. He said, we can go right to the front. We're going to check this free space, all this beautiful real estate to the outside. Now they're starting to fall off just a little bit. Watch for those temperatures in that 0-2 as well. Tom, enlighten us a little bit about those temperatures.
Yeah, so, one thing right now, Sam Lawson out front, burning more fuel, but his car's staying nice and cool. He's getting a bunch of air to the front of that car. You see Tanner's pushing him, but in the 4 car, but he's also lagging back, so he's allowed to get air to that radiator. These next-gen cars overheat quick. You can only get them hot about 3 to 4 times, more than a few seconds. After that, the engine's going to expire. That's going to be an engine work. So, you got to duck if the guy leading, right, that's on the bottom, keeps about half a foot off the bottom off that yellow line, that the guy behind him can get down and get some air. See Tanner how he goes low, that's him trying to get air.
Yeah, well, right now we are riding on board with that 0-2 of Chris Spencer. We've seen him making a charge to the front. He does so. Not only does so, but he shoves that 73 right out to the lead here. So, he had to back up a little bit there, but that's the other thing is, too, to look forward as these runs do progress when it comes to those temperatures that Tom was elaborating on and how to draft. So one of the things they can do is if they know how they're working together here, car starts to overheat, they're going to lose ground because that support car has to back up now. As they back up, that inside lane's going to have their charge. So it's about timing those power runs, those pushes and shoves to maximize your run at a certain portion of the track to gain all that time and speed. And here we go. We're looking at a 3Y efforts right now. 25 laps to go. This could be a test phase. I would. If there's not that many cars out here, everyone seems pretty stable. Let's test that 3Y factor right now before we do get to the end so I can see what kind of run I need and can get And when do I need to hit that throttle? When do I need to go?
Yeah.
Right?
You know, and it's funny. You look at on track, right? And it looks like there's so much room between the cars when you're 3 wide. When you're behind the wheel, there's inches. It feels like, and the air moving around. It gets it's pretty hairy sometimes when you're in there 3 wide, especially when you're being pushed. The cars will get loose, get upset coming out of the corners. You gotta be ready for that.
And we see some of these cars right now, a little banged up, man, dragging across the fence on the outside. Luckily, these cars are pretty sturdy, so we don't got to worry a lot about that, as we got still that 3 wide factor happening here. 73, Kenneth Bartholomew way high to the outside right there. But, you know, again, making his way to the back of the field. He's going to be able to link back up. We see now the 02 and 73 charge back forward again. Now, here with me, I'd be thinking, again, timing. Timing is everything. And they say a little bit of luck too in these super speedruns, but you know you gotta make sure you have that momentum and have it where you need to have it. Like last year in the Truck Series, you know, right when they hit the bottom line, thought they had it, Wellman was leading that thing. They sawed off at the wrong moment, and the 69 and 28 came around them on the outside with that right push at the right time, and they're able to get some. And getting some right now is going to be that 64 of Sam Lawson in that treacherous 64, by the way. Followed with Tanner Marr, though, so he's got good support.
He does. Those 3 right there, Sam Lawson, Tanner Marr, and Byron Gay are, you know, teammates. So, you know, I was expecting them to get hooked up and stay hooked up, and right now they're doing a pretty good job of, you know, leading that inside line and just really controlling this race. There is, right now, we do have another group behind them. Of about 3 cars, and then a couple other cars straggling behind. So if those 4 cars that are about 3 seconds back, if they can work together and push hard enough, they can catch this pack that's running 2x2.
Yeah, David Moyer, we didn't speak of him much, but he's in that 47 trailing back, and going to go ahead and collect the Hayes and Garrett Wiles duo show here. And let's see if they can get us back to, or you know, get back up there to the. I
do know Michael Hayes in the 5 car, or sorry, Stephen Hayes in the 5 car has a damaged race car. He is complaining about possibly having a loose wheel. He doesn't want to pit.
Oh, man! Wow. Well, I mean, if you're gonna test anything right now and get all your ducks in a row, as a driver, when it comes to the gear wise, then that's gonna be, you know, a good time to, I mean, kind of, I guess, right? You know, you want to have a good start, but it's not going to.
I mean, what's the worst that can happen? You start last in the 500.
Right, you got to change your strategy a bit, you know, and that's about it. But you can change your strategy, you can still make it happen, right? Outside line starting to move, maybe?
Looks like it. They're starting to form back up here.
Now, here's a curious thought. We have the 69 of Ronnie Morris and 69ers out here, as he is trying to do his dangest to stay out of the pack, right? But he just keeps getting roped right back into it. He has it,
well,
you know, so,
you know, look at
what do
this
you do?
We've known Ronnie for how many years now, right?
All right.
He's terrible at laying back and not racing.
Right.
Terrible. He just wants to go and race as hard as he can. So, but again, you know, he knows he has to finish, but he also knows he needs to get that seat time and see how the car feels. You know, work on that set. The last best opportunity to tweak the car for the 500 best car.
Yes, absolutely. And right now, see, he keeps doing it. So he keeps negotiating that rear of the field thing. He wants to be able to check up if he's going to be kind of issues. Yep.
Here we go. 3 wide. Here's Spencer taking it to the outside.
Mike Hayes like coming back. Attitude. Go for it. Go, Tom.
Yeah, looks like Kenneth is going to follow him. Ronnie is going to follow him. So I think Ronnie says he wants to race. He's going to try to win this thing. As they went 3 wide there around the 98.
Right.
And, Ronnie's getting closer to the front.
Right. He's just like, yeah. Well, I mean, it's cleaning up. I mean, that's
leading is usually the safest place at Daytona. So, you know, maybe that's what he's thinking.
Possibly, but I mean, comes the other drivers, though, man, I'd be a little, no, we're racing for that position, you know? But he's already locked in regardless, so it doesn't really matter, right?
Correct. He's no matter what, he will be starting the 500, whether it's first or last.
Right.
But
so this is just going to be some bragging rights right here, I guess. And it does give him a good opportunity to see what his car is going to do.
But I mean, starting first, would you rather start first or would you rather start 43rd?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's a tough question, Tom. That's a tough question.
I know. Because I mean, you figure the 500 is 150 laps. Right. We get about 38 laps on a tank of fuel, so you got 5 pit stops roughly or so. So plenty of time plus the stages, plenty of time to get up. Right. But I mean, you know, like we've been talking team strategy all week, like for the duels and the 500. We're talking about trying to get together, get up front, stay up front. We've talked about dropping to the back. But like we have no clue what we're doing. You know, so he's a part of that group discussion. He is a sub team like both my bands.
Right.
Yeah, so we're still trying to figure it out.
Well, I mean, and that's the other thing as it, you know, these races do progress, he's, you know, getting some seat time. But yeah, when it comes to where do you run and how do you start the thing, how do you want to finish it? I mean, me personally, I would, yeah, if I had a chance to start up front, I would say put me up front. The only difference is that when you start up front, I think you are more on edge than if you started in the back. In the back, you're kind of looking forward. You're not looking up all the time. You're not looking in your rearview mirror because everybody's attacking you. Everybody's getting a run in the line, and you know. But when you're in the back, you're able to kind of calm and collective, watch things happen, and start kind of seeing things from behind it than your rear view. You got a bigger picture, you know. And you know on what happens there. But the difference is that when you're up front, if you play aggressive and you stay aggressive, you keep your run up there, then you're collecting those so valuable playoff points and giving yourself an opportunity to win because you're fighting off the challenges that keep coming to you on this track, and you're really creating a dominance out there.
Yep.
As opposed to getting the roller coaster up and down, up and down, up and down. You know, you're up there, you're stopping it, you're stalling it. But at the same time, how aggressive do you run? Because, you know, the more you try to get out there, block, stall up, the more you're going to create bottlenecks, and bottlenecks create wrecks.
Correct. Exactly.
Right now, we got a clean race right now. This is beautiful. 15 laps
looking
left
really
to go,
good.
14. Yep. Mike Hayes leading the way right now, but it doesn't take much for this outside line, it seemed to generate some speed. One car to say, okay, let's go to the front, let me lay on your bumper real quick, and then does so, but does it at a time and effort. So, but then I don't really know where they want to run. They run to the bottom, they run to the top. What do you think is going to be that overall? Is it just where the leader wants to run? Or
I mean, basically, normally in the years past, right, we've known Daytona, if you get to that outside line, you get 3-4 cars you're dominant, right? But, you know, we got a little bit of a new build this year on the cars. They made some changes during the off season. I mean, this is the most draft time we've had with these cars since last year. So these guys are still figuring out where they want to run, how they're set up feeling, stuff like that. A lot of unknown.
Oh, absolutely.
7-8 laps to go. The glove is going to be off. You're going to see, I think, everybody trying to move that to score.
All right. Right now we got Byron Gay. Look at the 12 car, dude.
Yeah.
He himself a little rise to the top action. Now in that second position, he lost him there. A heck of a push straight to the front as he got him now leading the way and showing some speed. That 64 is trying to keep it up towards front, Tom.
Yep. To be honest, it's nice to see that 64 car out in front, even though it's a different driver.
Yes, yeah. So, well, that's what we were saying, challenge numbers and stuff, cursed numbers. It's because we just had some bad luck with drivers in those numbers, and 64 is one of them. So it's, yeah, great to see that car out there leading and conducting a really good race right now. You see him jump to the high side to pick up that outside line. Beautifully timed there by the 64 of Sam Lawson for that
Now,
0-2 of Chris Spence.
You know what's even funnier, right?
Oh, here
He's
comes
in the duels tonight, leading the way. 5 days ago, his computer was literally on fire.
Oh. Man, well, look who's on fire right now. Look at the 73 just kind of rip-roaring by with Tanner Marr in the 4 car. Now the 64 is going to jump behind them. They're going to follow that fast choo-choo train. And now the 12 of Byron Gates also picking the fast route around. We got Michael Hayes. Everybody now starting to catch up. That was a huge momentum run those guys had. And now coming back, Tanner Marr on the outside, followed with the 64 of Sam Lawson. Leader change again. Now he's going to get picked up by the 12. Beautiful pickup there. He did kind of whoa up and slow up. You saw that 12. He did slow up just a little bit there as he was going to hit that bumper pretty hard. He had a fat run on him. There we go. Now the outside starting to pick up a little more momentum. Chris Spencer to the outside and moving. Oh, Spence, good support here. Looks like Samuel Lawson in the 60. No. Ronnie Morrison in the 69er. Huge shove right there. Going to give him a little push as these guys are trying to move it and haul it right to the front. Tanner Marr, he's going to answer back right now with the help of that 64 of Sam Lawson. So you got a couple guys going to go head-to-head here. And these are some of our veterans. Running running up towards the front. What's that speaking to you, Tom? Oh, contact! And it's speaking door to the face. Oh, two's around.
Is that not?
No, but we can throw it, right? Oh man,
The yellow flag is out.
Yeah, that was nasty. Oh goodness. Just as things were getting to that spice level. Holy Jesus. All right, let's wrap this one back here. Let's check it out. Lots of go fast right here. Spence going to be rocking it to the outside. So it looks like maybe a
bad push on the outside.
Yeah, by the 69 as he come ripping out. Let's wind it back. And
getting a little aggressive, you know.
All right.
I told you, 8 laps to go.
And then let's go nose on board with Ronnie Morrison in that 69. Here he goes. So he's all over the bumper. So now he goes. Yeah, I don't know. Ronnie's tracking good, but then he tries to follow him up as looks like the O2 got loose. Yeah, and then Ronnie just kind of, I mean, that's the time we get. It all happens so fast. Let's do this in time here. All right, let's do this in real time because watch how fast this happens. And he drifts out. Oh, see, it's like the O2 kind of got a little loose on exit there. He drifted out. And it's like that. He was just a split second late to lift off to let him catch it. Yep. Man, that's going to put, looks like Ronnie Morrison, your race leader. Uh-oh. Now what, dude? Now what? I mean, it's for a guy who wanted to stay in the back the whole time. I'm just saying.
Yep.
So we got... And now he's staying out. He had a chance right there, I think. Very interesting. So Tanner Morrison at second position. Mike Hayes in that 24 and that third. That 6 car of Mitch Diamond in that 4th. And Tyler Honeycutt. My man. Tyler Honeycutt at 9. He did a different number. It's just different. Got to get used to everybody in where they're at now. But Tyler Honeycutt here in that 5th position. Top 5er. Jamie Horn, welcome back, my man, in that 98. He's in that 6th position right now.
Well, Ronnie's about in the safest place he could be right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, but he's going to get charged on. He's going to get charged on hard.
gonna have Michael Hayes behind him, who's a really good pusher.
Right.
Tyler Honeycutt there on the inside. You know, so you got Tanner Moore, Mitch Diamond on the outside. It's yeah, it's gonna be good to see how these last couple laps go. Speaking of that, so we're gonna have about 4 laps to go here, and we take the green. I have to go get in my race car and get my teammates that are in Duel 2 ready to go, and we got to figure out a plan.
Well, you got yourself a really good insight, so you better get over there and start, boys. All right, so check it out.
Yep. I did see some of them in here watching this. They left a few minutes ago, so
Okay.
hopefully they got some insight too. So we'll see what happens.
All right, roger that. Roger that. Hey, good luck, and yeah, I'll see you after.
Thank you, brother. So y'all know, Tanner Moore, the 4 car, will be joining you all for
Yes.
Duel number 2. So.
Look forward to having him up here on deck. It'll be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely.
All right, well, good luck to you,
All right.
32. Get it done, man.
Thank you, sir. I'll catch you in a bit.
All right, bud. Heck yeah. All right, so we got some good racing going on. I'm loving it. Ronnie Morrison leading the way. And not supposed to be. All right, let's get your protocol. Looks like we got lights off in a pace car. We are definitely home. We ready to rock, baby. Come on. Oh, how many laps do you like? 6 laps left. We're going to be coming around 5 laps left remaining in Duel number 1 out of this 45-lap run. Second caution of tonight. So these boys been and the first one was a single car, right? Just a little checkup, but now, we may be in for the nasty. I hope you all ready. The 4 car lining up on the outside. Oh my goodness. These are always the best ones right here. But you got to stack them back up. Got enough laps to get some cars built in, get some positions changed. You know, 5 laps, that's a long time here at Desuit. Man, but while we do have a moment, I would like to take a second here. Thank everybody out there for tuning in to tonight's race. Super stoked to have you all back again for the 2025 season. Again, I'm Chris Paul Hamish, you're that lunatic in the booth, ready to rock for this whole season. Going to have a lot of fun here. And, of course, shout-outs to our sponsors, our Moser Racing, Truck Racer, W Energy Drink, and, of course, we got Raptor Racing Graphics. Look for some of that fine work to come out here on track. But, again, same – oh, you got to look up Moser. We'll get more into that later. They got some awesome new tech out there that – turning some heads in the tech world. All right, here we go. All right, fly back over. And let's see if our chat thing is up, but I don't think it's quite working again. This is I don't know what it up. I don't know, really. I'm confused here. But we'll mess with that during the break. Here we go. Green all kinds, 5 laps left remaining. Ronnie Morrison, the man that didn't want to be out here in large and in charge, is Tanner Moore. He's leading out outside lane. We've seen a lot of horsepower built up out there on that outside. So let's see if they got what it takes to rip roar and get around these guys. So again, there's also a lot of side drafting. We haven't seen a lot of that quite yet. But side drafting is going to be crucial. Down backstretch, suck him back if you need through the center. Get away from him out down the backstretch. Utilize that side drive. Here we go. 4 cars starting to move down on that 69. Watch what happens here. It's gonna put pressure. These boys are gonna have to really tighten up. You can see that the little wobbles can knock some cars around here. Create that obviously inadvertently. 3 wide to the 64, getting turned. Come down, self-clearance right there by the 64 of Sam Lawson. They do keep it somehow, holy crap, straight. Wow. But self-clear by the 64. Need a spotter next time. Ronnie Morrison still leading the way, and it looks like he is not going to let up as he's getting a huge push right now by Mike Hayes in the 24. Sitting on board riding shotgun, and now got the 6 of Mitch Diamond. Putting some pressure on that 24 and the 69 to break away from these guys, but the 13 ain't having it. He's right there with him. J.R. Scrumber, he is doing himself fine work. Keep it nice and tight right there on that bumper. He got a little high. Like he was able to get duck diving underneath him. This is when you can lose some spots here. Go to the back of the pack. 3 laps left in Duel 1. I was almost saying tonight's rate. Are you crazy? We still got one more of these. Now everyone lined up on the backstretch here. They're just in go fast right now, but look at these guys who are trailing behind them. Stacked too wide and not making a lot of ground. Losing to the race leader. Could we be looking at something here? 2 laps left remaining. If these guys stay lined up, what can happen? Can they duke it out and handle it between the 6 or 7 of them, as opposed to the rest of the pack who got stuck side by each? And now you see it again. They're still staying lined up. They're breaking away, gapping the field. 2 laps left remaining in Duel number 1. Ronnie Morrison leading the way. Mike Hayes in the 24. Right there on his bumper. These guys are tight in formation. We're talking the Blue Angels status here, folks. J.R. Scrumber. Kenneth Bartholomew. And it's going to leave it all up to Chris Spencer to bring the charge. Now they're going to all line up here. Do they have enough time to get there? And we're going to do it if they get there. We're coming up to final lap. Was it a little too late for the O2 and the crew in that secondary pack? Now they need the 69 and the 24 of Mike Hayes. He is, well, the way Mike Hayes looks at it, I can just stick on the bumper of the 69. I'm going to get that secondary spot. 69 is going to win. No harm, no foul. Play blocker for him. So, nope. And just like that, here comes Mitch Diamond. Trying to put some pressure on. He does. Dives back down to the bottom. He gets turned. Mitch Diamond going to find the inside grass. Landscaping and sideways. Spins this joker around. He going to start a little more toward the back of that line. Come to 500. But here we go. Morrison trying to fend him off. Not going to happen. Mike Hayes on the outside. Here we go. 3 wide. Drives down. Ooh, more contact. 10 across. 13 on the outside. It's going to be Mike Hayes in a 24. 13 J.R. Scrumber. And the 69 of Ronnie Morrison for your top 3. Morrison brings her home in the podium. You're brave. And just, that is one gutsy individual right there. Chris Spencer in the O2, 4th position. Oh, man, that's just fantastic. Around downhill best. So, oops, sorry, I got to bring this all back. That's my bad. We'll look up our final results here. Mike Hayes, as your race winner. Let me drop some of this stuff here. See if we can get a little better with my graphics. All right. There we go. Maybe. Oh, welcome. There it is. There's your official finishing order. Sorry, I'm messing with cameras too. There we go. 24, Mike Hayes burning it down. What the, I don't know who that is, but okay. Didn't know it was a block party. Cool. Anyway, so now we got Mike Hayes winning the Duel number 1 in that number 24. The 13 at J.R. Scrumber is going to be in the 2nd position. Ronnie Morrison, 3rd. Kind of counts it out. So these guys were all slide up after Ronnie. So, or ish, I think, or something, whatever. But 4th going to be Chris Spencer in that 02. Daniel Best in that 10, 5th position. Jamie Horn in the 98, 6th. Stephen Hayes in the number 5 in that 7th position. Kenneth Bartholomew in that 8th spot in the 73. Stephen Bird in the 26th in that 9th position. Round at your top 10 is going to be James Nesta in the 29. David Mora in the 47. Mora, yeah, okay. In the 40s, anyways, in the 11th position. Tyler Honeycutt, you get in that 9th position, or in that 9 car, you get in that 12th position. Byron Gay in the there we go. Sorry. Byron Gay in the 12 car, 13th position. 14th going to go to Tanner Marr in the 4. Mitch Diamond will go in 15th position in that 6 car. 64 is Sam Lawson. 16th position. 17th going to be Garrett Wilds in a 9-2-6. There you go. All right, so that rounds out your field for Duel 1. See if we can wrap out some of our race winner. Give me one moment. As we have Tanner Marr jumping on board. Tanner Marr, we got a race winner that's available for us to talk with.
I think we do. Let me get him up here.
Okay. We'll just do a quick little, hey, how was it? And get us into break, and then we'll get ready to go for
So
our duel number 2.
I was in that duel, Chris.
Yeah, I know. We
Tom
watched
asked
it,
me-
buddy. How was
Tom
it?
asked me, yeah, it was fun, brother. It was fun. So now I gotta shift gears from the racer, and Tom asked me to come up here with you for Duel 2. So now we're here as a co-commentator. Who was it that won that race? It was Michael Hayes, if I'm
Yes,
thinking
Michael
correctly.
Hayes in the number 24. Now let's shout out to you. Yep, you back on camera, all right. And then we also have, of course, our man Tanner Marr here. Let's bust up your camera, buddy. Since we still don't got no chat box, which I'm just dang disappointed about. I'll tell you what. So just kind of going over my things here. Give me one second. Not seeing. Oh, that's why. So I gotta select the dang thing, huh? That's just disappointing. There it is. All right, there he is. Oh, Mr. Tanner Marr. Give the crowd a wave, my man. There it is. So you were having a good run. You were giving some good shovings out there to look like the 64. You two were working well together. Got out there, styled up to the front. Is it going to be a matter of timing when it comes to, how to get to the front of these things at the end?
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. And that's what our race winner down below me right here, Michael Hayes, he was like him and Ghost Motorsports, they just couldn't be denied. Once they got linked up together, they passed me like I was tied to a tree stump, brother.
But we seen the same exact thing that you gave the 64, hell of a run right to the front. I mean, from front to from the back to the front pretty quickly. I mean, so is it just going to be the execution of that timing, and hopefully you can have a hole?
Absolutely. It comes down to timing. It comes down to friends. Me and Sam and Byron Gray, we worked pretty good together just to get it started, get the road running. But ultimately, we did it too early. That caution came, and that allowed the Ghost Motorsports boys with Michael Hayes and them to link up together, and they just timed it perfect. They executed when it mattered most.
Yeah, they sure did. They gave us a good style of that horsepower. If you can get them up in here, I'd like to give them a holler about that style of horsepower and the dominance they showed us in the beginning when they first teamed up.
Yep, absolutely. We got Michael Hayes, Duel 1 winner. So if I'm correct here, he'll be starting P3 in the Daytona 500, but he is Duel 1 race winner, and you got him here, Chris.
All right, Mr. Hayes, how you doing, my man? You got Chris Balhamus and Tanner Marr here in the booth.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Buddy, dude, you had yourself a really good run. You guys looked awesome in the beginning. The Hayes brothers linked up, locked up, and took over that outside line. How was it out there real quick for you, bud? Give us a quick insight.
Yeah, man, the racing was awesome tonight. Yeah, early on when I got linked up with Steve, I can't lie, it felt good running up front there for quite a few laps with him. I don't know what happened to him, like, middle of the race, but he got some damage and then just couldn't never make his way back. The racing was a blast all night.
And it looked like it. It looked pretty clean out there. A couple little small incidences when it comes to, just running and racing. But, I mean, how's your feelings for the 500?
I think it's going to be a good race. I think, I know we did some practice races, and this was nothing compared to those practice races. I mean, this was good, hard, in my opinion, clean for the most part,
Yeah,
racing.
Absolutely.
I mean, yeah, it was a blast.
Man,
I think the big race is going to be a blast too.
there's going to be a lot more energy out there on track, but, given a good feeling of how to manage it, which you look like you guys were doing a very nice job of. We've seen you, getting that run, starting that run on someone, and then coming up to the bumper, laying off a bit, and so you don't slam into him super hard, and then getting right back into him seemed really effective tonight. So going to be looking for more of that here as this other duel is about ready to kick off. Give you quick, give you a quick moment. Any shout outs? Anybody out there?
Yeah, shout out to the team, Ghost Motorsports. We all worked really good tonight. I'm proud of everybody. Super huge shout out to Jamie Horn, actually, because I did not realize he was in the pack of cars I was in until that dude spun himself off my bumper, and he came in to the rescue. That was pretty awesome. And then I also got to shout out one more person, Jacob Grant, for this heck of a paint scheme. He makes some pretty great paints.
Man, the cars are looking pretty good out there. Of course, it's just going to take a little bit for us to get used to them again, you know? First racing on.
Yeah, but new style.
New style, new scheme, but same talent, look like.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great season.
Nice. Well, hey, congratulations to you on your Duel 1 victory, of course, and look forward to your amazing starting position for the 500.
All right, thank you guys. Have a good night.
You too. That was Michael Hayes, everyone, in the 24 Euro Duel 1 winner. All right, so everyone, I think we are going to take ourselves a quick 5-minute break, and then we are going to be back here for Duel number 2. We got Tanner Marr right here and Chris Paul Hamus here in the booth. Give us just a 5-minute quick breaker, and we'll be back here for the kickoff of some more amazing action here at Front Row Esports. So stick with us. Don't go anywhere. Got a little something special planned and programmed for you to keep you entertained. All right, we'll be back here. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the land of big-time natural beauty and intermittent cell service. Here, cowboys drink Cabernet, farmers surf the breaks, and everyone breaks for roosters. It's a wide open and welcoming place. But that's not to say we don't have any hidden secrets. Welcome to the land of truly living, with a million things to do. Or not. Slow Cow, where life's too beautiful to rush.
So whistle while you work. Whistle while you work. Magic mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest one of all?
Eternia, a land of beauty and power, where heroes and villains fought, not just for control, but for the very soul of this world. For years we fought side by side, heroes protecting the weak, villains seeking to conquer, but now, this is what remains, the legacy of those who came before us, and now the fight for Eternia is mine to bear alone. Eternia may be broken, but its spirit still burns, and I will not stop until it rises again.
Evil is evil, strikable. Lesser. Greater. Middling. It's all the same.
Daytona knows how to blow. I got a long way to
go. I'm not judging you. I haven't always done good in my life either. But now, if I have to choose between one evil and another, then I prefer not to choose at all.
I got a long way to go.
So listen, today's gonna be hard. Let's all go home with the same amount of fingers that we came with. Let's get it. When my wife passed and I left the Royal Marines, a lot of people would have given up on me. You gave me a job. You were patient with me. You, Carla, Jenny, you're my family.
Ready for this?
Excuse me, it's not your business.
I'm good, boss.
Levin, was that some military shit?
Hey, you didn't see anything.
Just get my back if I ever need it.
Jenny's missing.
She went out with her friends on Friday.
The police don't have the resources to work these cases. They take a report and forget about it.
Please, find our daughter. Where's the girl?
You a cop?
You wish I was a cop.
So these guys are next level.
Look at those bricks. You ain't a cop. You're a working man.
That's right. Let's play. This isn't just some kidnapping. This is human trafficking. Remember Gunny?
Your blind war buddy that doesn't know he's blind?
That's the one. You shot a foot to the left, I'll be dead.
I wanted you dead, you'd be dead. I will be your weapon sommelier for this evening. This is the real beast here. M14, pulled direct from Saddam's palace. Then I added a Bluetooth scope.
Where is she?
There's a special place, high rollers only. They can do anything as long as they pay.
Gangs, the mob, corrupt government officials, they're all involved in human trafficking. You're in the payroll too.
You killed your way into this. You're gonna have to kill your way out of it.
Food as much.
All of this is for a girl.
I'm not stopping until I bring her home.
That's for slapping that woman.
That woman was my wife. That's for slapping your wife.
Who are you? What are you?
Spectators in all manner of dress and watching from all manner of vantage points are anxious for the roar of motors to start.
This track was 2 miles up the beach and 2 miles down the backstretch, so we had a 4-mile course.
The great drivers of the NASCAR racing fraternity are gunning their cars down Daytona Beach, Florida, in preparation for one of the South's biggest sports events.
They run close to 140, 145 miles an hour.
How can he see to drive? Here they come into the south turn toward the beach. The Grand National Championship race for strictly stock cars. These are the great moments of sport with the best drivers of all time.
This road has been moved over from the beach. The old road was over there on the left. Once in a while, somebody'd lose it going into the north turn, and the sand would be a little soft up there after it had been chewed up a while. What was the south turn? This was a relatively sharp turn, and These sand dunes have changed a little bit. If you got up behind somebody, the spray clouds your windshield up, so you had to have long arms. It's part of history. They won't ever come back, not here at this beach. I like to win. I haven't lost a whole lot of things in my life.
All right, welcome back, everyone. We got Front Row Esports in their duels at Daytona. We got duel number 2 up next, and man, we got them all on track here. Everybody is just kind of getting filed in as along with us. So thank you so much for your patience through our break, as we now have just another minute or so before we're going to be able to take the green flags. Let's go over our driver lineup one more time. And just in case you're tuning in a little late, you got Chris Paul Hamus up here in the booth, and along with Mr. Tanner Marr in the 4 car is going to be joining us for duel number 2. Tanner, you got a copy?
Was sitting up front, thought I had a chance to win it, and ultimately made the wrong choice late. I think we finished 13th, so went from being a driver to being a co-commentator with you tonight, and I'm excited for duel 2.
Man, you're doing some double duty today, buddy. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And who better to have us up in the booth than you, my man? I'm serious. It's always a pleasure to have someone, of course, your talents both on the track and off the track here along with us tonight.
Well, I appreciate that, brother, but I can promise you nobody else in the building, or in the business, excuse me, does it just like how you do it. You're the best in the business, brother, so you make my job easy as a co-commentator.
Appreciate you, man. Let's see if we can bring all kinds of action to you, to all the fans out there on track. As you got, again, everyone lining up right now, but let's see if we don't have any results, but I do have backups, so we can kind of go over that kind of indirectly here, I think. Let's make sure of it. At least I thought I did. Again, stick with us here as I'm just kind of going through my, let's see, dual info. Okay, here we go. Let's bring up some dual info real quick, just in case you're tuning in a little late here. 45 laps in tonight's race. You see that here in the top right and here in the center of the screen. Open setups. These guys run what they run. So look for teammates to be linking up. Look for all of that hot action. One fast repair and the finish to determine the outside line of the race. So again, here on duel number 2, give you a quick little insight of what the drivers are in store of tonight. Looks like got checkered flag out and we are about ready to go green. Oh, and there they are. Boom, there is our drivers, and we got them up here. So sitting up here in, see, I'm looking at our lineup here, but, those are just practice, my bad. So these are your drivers in tonight's race. This is not going to be their lineup per se. So let's go ahead and hide all that just so it doesn't confuse y'all, because that would make a lot more sense. But it looks like we are gridding them up and get them ready to rock here. I'm ready to go. We saw some really good action in that last race, Tanner. We had just a couple cautions, single car incidences type of a thing, kind of minor and minute. But what are your insights for this race here?
So race 1, duel 1 that I was in, it felt, in lack of a better word, it felt tame. It didn't feel really wild until the end. I see a lot more teammates grouped up in duel 2, so that usually means a lot more slicing and dicing through the field, trying to get linked up with teammates and whatnot. So I'm expecting, lack of a better word again, I'm expecting chaos in this one. I really am. Them guys, They want to be up near the front for the Daytona 500 here in Front Row Esports. So they're going to run what they brung, like you said, and it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, and again, the other issue I'm looking here at the driver list is we do have ourselves let's see if we can show it up one more time here. Yeah, there we go. All right, so if you look here at the driver list, we have a lot of new drivers here, especially in this field. So I mean, maybe that might consequence a little style change as well. But then I do see, the more I look now, I do see a lot of our veterans out there. So it's going to be a nice dynamic between the field and, of course, it's the style of strength out there, if you will, and for Front Row Esports. A lot of these guys have run together before, but the other half really haven't.
It's a good mix. It's definitely a good mix. I'm seeing senior champion Dylan Banks. He's going to be starting, I believe 13th is where he's gridded at, if I'm not mistaken. So you know he's coming looking to make a big swing. I see Paul Lindstrom out there. Hell, Kyle Wellman starting outside row number 1. We know he loves these super speedways, these restrictor plate tracks, and he's starting front row looking pretty out there in the 42. But it's Daytona. You know anything can and will happen tonight.
Murphy's Law, my man, and I love every bit of that, the super speedway of Murphy's Law. But yeah, it looks like we are stacking them up here. I'm just checking over my system, make sure we are good to go one more time, because once this green flag drops, man, our attention is completely focused on all the action that's about to be unleashed right in front of you, folks. But again, in case you're tuning in a little late, all this is, of course, brought to you by Moser Racing, Trek Racer, W Energy Drink, and, of course, Raptor Race Graphics.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Big shout out to Moza, Track Racer, Raptor Race Graphics. Couldn't do it without them.
No, absolutely.
And also, hey, real quick, before we do get underway here, big shout out to Chris Paul Hammons, Mr. Tron, and Tom Freitas, because they've done a lot of work this offseason putting this all together. So I want to send a big shout out to those two, especially you, Tron.
Yeah, I appreciate that too. And again, it does take a lot of work to get all of this programming together, and drivers, you know, and of course compiling all this talent, and then dropping this green flag for the first time of the season's always green. Always scary. But here we go. Green. Duel number 2 underway. Kyle Wellman on the outside, Jeremy Richmond on the inside. Both lines nice and clean on this start, except for now the outside line's starting to pull a little bit more, but they're going to up here. Need everyone to, the faster these cars go, the better they stick together, because they're starting to get up into speed here. 42 is going to have a little bit of a nudge there by the 86 as they're going to come together here. Everyone going through the gears, getting up through and rocking and rolling here. Now we've got the 28, 83, 48, 88 all lined up on the bottom here, keeping some good spacing. The 77 of Matt Jones on the outside. He's going to be he's going to try to get this outside line up and going here. 44 of Kyler McCarthy. There you go. Kyler McCarthy is right, kind of styled up with him here with the 48 and 83. I don't know. I'm seeing these guys just kind of maintaining their pace of here and kind of letting it cycle out. You got them side by side right now. Energy really not surging in either direction. Now watch this bottom line. You got a big lead out on the bottom line here. Team cars, obviously, Jeremy Richmond and Scott Gearboy. These guys got linked up and they're practicing a little something. But here comes a spoiler alert. Tom Freitas in the 32, Gunny Sargent charge, looking for some of his front row support. Ooh, we got a car sideways and to the bottom, to the apron. That's going to be Danny White, bringing her back sideways all kinds, doing the fishtail. He's up there landscaping. He's going to wheel her back up and get her together. But, man, he just got busted by that police, man. Trying to get that bootleg and run. Oh, man. Don't get caught.
Look at that high line. It's basically non-existent now. They lost so much time. So much energy was lost there. Now, coming from Duel 1, I'll tell you, the top lane was where you wanted to be at. The car just felt at home up there. The bottom lane, little sketchy, Chris. It wants to get a little loose if you're right there behind somebody trying to push and shove. The high line is non-existent, but you see the run, the momentum, it's starting to build back here with Bogdan leading the outside lane.
And what are those leaders going to do with that outside line? You just stay, hold your guns. You got a good, a nice bottom line form here. You got a good go fast form on the bottom that can they're gonna, this charge is going to make its way up to you. What's your styles in the race right now? You want to move up and block that thing, take that energy away, stack these dudes up, or let them have it. Let them have that run and then challenge back and let it continue to cycle out. What's your smallest? Whoa, I guess he's a guy's a little sideways back there.
I saw it too. I was watching the 32 at St. Louis. I thought maybe he might jump out, but he thought better of it. Stayed connected with the two teammates up in front of him. I think the front row and the second row on the bottom lane, Jeremy Richmond and, sorry, these are all new folks here, Scott Gilroy. I believe they're going to stay linked up together as long as they can. Now look at the 19 giving a hell of a shot to the 86, getting Bogdan out front. Maybe even gave him a lap leg right there in the number 86 B-main machine.
Oh, absolutely. But now they're still nose to tail, and the 97's getting a good push. But now we got to remember of that overheat problem that they can possibly get themselves a hold of here, because they got them stacked 3. But now the bottom line had time to cool off. The support car did. I believe the 99. I'm sorry. Yes, the 99. Scott Gilroy had that moment to cool his car off, not get back to the bumper, give a shove. 32 staying there. I'd like to see a lot of great energy on the bottom here, making it just a pain in the neck for these outside runs to metastasize and make their way forward.
You made a good point there. The heat. You got to watch the temps out here. Tonight in Duel 1, you could only push for about a lap and a half. Stay close to the guy in front of you, and you start seeing that gauge start blinking at you. The water temp just blinking. The motor's hurting. So you got to be mindful and be careful of that. Got to keep your eyes on that.
Look how tight this back is right here, Tanner. We got the 95 inching his way in front of the 42. Kind of pinched him down there, but we saw a big old stack up of energy right here as these guys were trying to sort themselves out. And it looks like they do now. The 95 kind of got himself around that pack and moving his way forward. But it did kind of stall up this, and it still is stalled up even further here. Now these guys are trying to line back up. 27 of Hunter Lagunas, Brian Zimmerman, some of those hard chargers here. Matt Jones, Scotty Stevens, Larry Bell, all of them kind of dragging in the back. Look, we haven't talked about the one car yet of Steven Johnson. He's getting some fast cats, making obviously one of those, I want to say, sneak attack ploys here, right? They're gonna wait in the bushes back in the back, and then you ain't gonna see it coming. At least that's what I think it got in store. Yep.
It reminds me of Denny Hamlin in real life. You'll see him all the time jump out from up near the front, jump out of line, go towards the back, right? He just don't like the intensity of what he's seeing. He's expecting a crash to happen pretty soon. Now these guys, they look fairly tame, but you're already seeing that top lane. They're moving down a little closer to that bottom lane. Why? They're side drafting, trying to slow that bottom lane down.
And I'm seeing more of that side drafting happening here in this. Oh, contact, and into the fence they go. Oh, that is a caution and a hard lick to the fence. That was a hook, line, and sinker directly in to the outside wall. Let's slow her down and bring her back, because we don't even have to go far from it. That was going to be the Michael Reeves event.
Woo, and, just got hooked, huh?
Yeah, big hook. See if I can get us a good view here. So stack up right here from the 32. 86 hooks him. He's going to go right up into the 19. He points him straight into the fence. And the 19 is going to go up on, he almost went over. Goes up on his side. I mean, that's nar-narness all on its best. But it looks like it only took out 2 cars right there. So minor incident, could have been a lot worse.
My goodness, you should have seen 7, 8 cars involved in that. Really, what did we get? 2 or 3 cars actually involved. So great heads-up driving by the field there. Chris, I'm hearing reports from Ronnie Morrison telling me the stream is quiet. I don't know if that's on our end. He said his PC's turned up all the way, but just forwarding the message. But man, oh man, that was some good driving there. It could have been a lot bigger than what we just saw.
Yes, absolutely. And I do see, well, let me see if I can wind it up a little bit more here on my end and wind it up a little bit more on your end as well. I do see you blinking pretty. Yeah, you're good. And let's see if we can crack up some.
Folks, bear with us. This is our first night back here. I jumped in really late. Tom told me to just jump in, so I jumped in. We didn't get to really test a whole lot of stuff. Didn't get to do a lot of that. So we're kind of learning on the fly here, so bear with us. But, man, oh, man, I'm going to go back to it. That wreck should have been way bigger than it was.
We got pit stops happening, so I believe everybody can make it from here. Okay, I got sound up a little bit more, and I do see. Yeah, you're bouncing up into the yellow now. All right.
Yeah, it sounds good now on the broadcast.
Okay.
Yeah, so just jumped up to let you know.
Was it okay? So it was just a little low.
Yeah. Like I said, I have my PC and YouTube both on 10, and it was. Y'all are even the levels. It's it was just quiet. You know, it's like I had everything on like a half or something.
Gotcha. Well, you might want to turn it down now, baby, because we got to adjust it. Oh no.
But y'all doing a hell of a job up here, boys. Keep it up.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Yeah, keep running it good out there. All right, so let's see who is where. And on our field now, looks like the 95 of Josh Harbin leading the way.
I will say, Chris, the way that it worked a while ago, you were about 5 to 6 laps short on fuel when the green flag first fell. So now, fuel, not a problem for these guys. They can now make it to the end. Now is when the belts get pulled a little bit tighter. You start gripping the wheel a little bit harder. And I think you're going to start seeing a lot more harder shoves, a lot more bigger runs developing. Because now, it's just they're running to the checkers now. They have no reason to go back down pit road unless they're involved in something. So it's going to be foot down when the green flag falls again.
Oh yeah, we are looking forward to that one. We got Mr. Banks up in this thing, dropping in.
Yeah, I just wanted to say what's up. Hope y'all are doing good tonight. Shout out to all the viewers out there, and the sound is a lot better now, by the way.
Yeah, awesome. That's what we're talking about. Thank you so much. Hey, how's it running up there since we got you up in the booth? Dylan Banks here, up on your screen.
Good, man. I'm excited. I can't wait for the real thing, man. I love Daytona, love super speedways, but I think it's about to get even more chaotic here in the next, I'll say 30, 35 laps. We'll see. Put on the show for y'all boys.
All right, best of luck to getting to the front, my man.
Yes, sir, buddy. Y'all have a good one.
Hey, you too. We'll see you soon. All right, that was Dylan Banks in the 48. Your 2024 champion. Josh Harbin leading the way.
Newcomer to the series, love seeing the newcomers out front.
That's right. You got the bear out here, leading the way in Front Row Esports. And history would state it wouldn't be the first time for him, but this was before way back when of iRacing.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't know that. That was before me. So back in, we're talking NASCAR Heat days?
NASCAR Heat days, way back at our start, even before the 17. Yeah.
Oh, that is awesome. So let me take that back. That's a veteran there. That's more of a veteran than I am. Right? That's a true veteran.
Well,
shout out to Bear.
A quick little story for the Bear. He is one of the leading drivers for that Heat series and that the champion run. So he was He was in that pro series for a long time. Popular driver, super cool guy, aggressive. So I'm excited to see what he has to offer here at Front Row Esports, because I mean we got some of the toppest of all talent over here, and some guys who will push back Salva thing. So yeah, I'm excited to see what he has, him and his team of Venom Racing. So and again, another new race team there, Tanner.
That's awesome to see, awesome to hear. I'm excited for it. I saw that post in Discord, and I got to watch it a little bit. He was a former NASCAR Heat pro driver, and that's nothing to slouch at, right? That's big time there, boys and girls. Big time.
That is, and winner. Yeah, he's won a couple championships. But we got Jeremy Richmond, the guy that was leading was leading this thing in the beginning, now back out in front, at least on that outside line, see if he can control the race pace and get up here. But he has some good help. We got the 24 of Dylan Banks and Scott Gilroy, both some team cars sitting on the outside. So let's see what they have to offer as well. 48 on the bottom, Dylan Banks. We're going to go green once again.
Not a good start from about 4th place on back. Nobody was able to get up on the throttle, get up on the gears there. Going to allow Gilroy and Richmond both to jump down to that top side. Want to get down low, but look at the shot and the shoves the 48's given to Harbin out front.
Yeah, these guys are moving right now, but here's a team that's been working really well together. That Jeremy Richmond and Scott Gilroy. Look for these guys to be a strength of the field, I think, come the 500. These guys can be up there. They're really working together really well as a team. That's what's going to be needed out here in this style of a race. And never, without a doubt, here comes Steve Johnson buried in the field, bringing it forward. He says, "You want to go to the front?" And then the first person that says, "I want to go to the front," he's like, "Okay, go ahead and follow me. Give me a push." And he does. And here comes the 28 of Brian Zimmerman and the 1 of Steve Johnson, 3 wide on the outside. Ripping around the turn.
Chest. 180 power, these guys are playing chest. They're playing Wolfville, 3 wide here at Daytona. The track's wide enough for it. But if you're in the middle, like you see Richmond and company, that's a scary spot to be in.
Inches off the wall right here, my man, sitting shotgun with the one car there for a second as a 28 all over his bumper, trying to give him the shove of a lifetime to the front. But now we got some cars stacking up, moving backward. We got this thing. Oh, contact to the Gilroy gang as we got him checking up to the center of the field. The 1 still trying to make his way. Josh Harbin and Dylan Banks fighting off the field. Not bad. Not bad at all. Check up again, Tanner. Now we got a Hornet's Nest kind of shaping up, 3-car breakaway. I mean, that's not a lot. They're going to get run down here real quick. But, whoa, we got more contact. Can't figure out which line's going where. More contact.
Whoa, more contact.
Oh, he's just trying to force the issue. Wants to stay with his teammate too much on that one, it seemed like. Seemed like Gilroy was just kind of focused too much on his program. And now he's lost his teammate. He's got the cyclist way back up. So we'll see how these team cars work when they're separated. Larry Bell now making good.
Go ahead.
Oh, I see. Larry.
Here. The top 3. It's impressive to see a 3-car tandem break away from the pack like this, though. You normally do not see that at Daytona or Talladega. So it shows the 3 cars up front that they got good speed and good pace in their program.
And handling it, they're handling it well. Because they're now. Well, here comes an aggressive run by the 42. Of Corral Willman, I believe. Was it? No, it wasn't. I'm sorry. They all look different now. The 37. Sorry, that was a 37 rolling forward. Ooh, wobbles right there. There's the 42. Got a different paint scheme. Oh, ripping out of the turn right there. I hope y'all wake for that one. 42 now look for the outside. He's going to join the 37. Little cat and mouse right there between those two. Who's going to go to the outside? He's going to switch positions, going to line up. 83 of Carl Lindstrom starting to inch his way quietly forward, along with the 77 of Matt Jones, maybe. Or is that 71? No, that's a 71 of Adam Thompson. Haven't had a chance to talk about Adam Thompson quite yet, but he's now making his name known. Kind of jumping to the inside, I believe. Maybe, no, not yet. And then hold the bottom. The 42 is going to go to the outside. He's going to do a little flip-flop position. 71's going to get to the 83 now. Those guys are going to team up. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Josh Harbin still leading the way with Dylan Banks right there on his bumper. Hunter Bogdan enjoying the ride and just kind of tooling right along, closing the gap there and being a beautiful support team, flying informations with the leaders. 83 of Kyle Lindstrom just kind of looking for, I believe, I'm sure he's looking over his rearview mirror, in his rearview mirror right now, looking for that run to the front. What would you be thinking about if you're Carl Lindstrom in that 4th place back able to drag?
He's kind of just laying in the weeds right now, right? Being quiet. Oh, 42. Hard trying to take him to the wall. Don't know what happened with the wild man there.
That was big hit, too.
Car just took off on him. Maybe a bad shot there a little bit. But if I'm Carl Lindstrom, I want to get to the outside lane, but you got to do it with help, right? So, like you said, watch that here, just trying to see when that run is developing, when it's coming. Like I mentioned, they're playing chess out here at almost 200 miles per hour. It's intense. It's very intense.
Bumpers be getting rubbed out here, and they're helping not to get rubbed in the wrong way. And that is, if that's kind of what happened in that stage 1, on exit, it looked like it was just a wrong rub off to the 02 and when the 69 was pushing the 02. So another thing is too, it's a rubbing racing and giving them shoves and pushes, but it's not doing it correctly, and especially at that right time.
On the 42, we saw him get shot to the outside, hit the wall, pretty significant. Car has some scrapes and whatnot on it, but I think he's okay, but it looks like he's actually at jeopardy of losing the draft here, Tron, so that 42 machine might be more hurt than what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I'm seeing this. We got camera on it now. Let's take a...
I don't know what you're seeing, but I don't see a whole lot of damage on the 42, so that's interesting.
Yeah. Oh, he definitely, he must have plowed that right front something fierce. He definitely plowed that.
On Sunday in real life, right? They tear these right fronts up with a slight hit in real life, so Iracing does a good job of mimicking that, and I think that's what we just saw.
Yeah, and he's definitely a wounded soldier right now, drifting back, and even that pack that's coming on his 6 right now, I don't think that's going to help him out. So unless he gets a caution, gets that quick repair, get that car out the holler, and makes a miraculous comeback, you know, his night could be done. But again, we're still early in this thing. We're barely. Whoa, duck, everybody! Jeez, I love that view, but it always gets me. Yeah, these guys are flying right now, looking for the outside run. 28 and 02, just they're kind of flipping it around a little bit here, not trying to decide on where they're going to go. But now we got an outside run of the 71, Adam Thompson. Adam Thompson with the 97 of Jeremy Richmond. Those guys starting to produce the energy now. Now we got Scout Gilroy back with his teammate with the 71 out in front. Adam Thompson, super fast, lots of talent behind that wheel. Knowing he can get it there, kind of side drafting there, sucking back that line, trying to get away from him now. There he goes, producing some horsepower down this short chute into 1. They're going to go to the outside. No, he's going to come down a little bit more, drag that line back just a little bit. Hopefully he can get away on exit out here and hopefully find himself some speed. They do. Kind of now they're still pretty close to him right there. I think I'd want to pull closer to that wall, drag that line away from them, you know, really maximize that horsepower down that backstretch, then bring it a little bit closer. But right now, everyone's sticking pretty tight in line there, Tanner. I mean, how do you see these cars not moving around too much, right?
You're not seeing big shoves right now, except from Dylan Banks, our race leader Harbin. But everybody else, they're trying to get that outside lane formed up. Now, interesting note, you said Adam, he's leading that outside lane. His guy behind him used to be teammates. They were teammates. They know they race well together. Although they're not teammates now, you see them. They're linked up. They're going good. That's Jeremy Richmond, Adam Thompson. And Jeremy Richmond has Scott right there behind him, another teammate there at High Velocity Racing. So they have linked up pretty well. You see the outside lane not formed up enough. You're seeing gaps between all them cars, and that is exactly why they're not up there with Harbin and Banks with that front row.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But the 71, I mean, they're linked up nicely, but for some reason, they just can't get there. These guys, what about this gap, all right? So instead of laying on bumpers, the only person who's really laying on bumper is going to be the 48. He lays on that bumper. Let's take a ride along with that 48.
And that's a talent here to get there and to stay there. Anybody can get there because of the draft, but to be able to manage that throttle and keep yourself right there on that back bumper the way the 48's been doing all night, that's a talent.
Look how he dips half the car out through the center, right? Gets air into the car, comes back, boom, right? Boom. I'm going to give you some shoves down the backstretch. Let's see if he does the exact same thing in 3 and 4. Goes a half a lane up, gets air to the car, so he doesn't sure does. Goes half a lane up, getting air into that car right here. He's going to come back again and give him a shove, not staying locked on that bumper, which is very crucial. This is talent right here, brother. Right here. This is why he was that champion last year.
Carl Lindstrom jumps to the outside lane when we're talking about that. Going to see if he can lead the 71 company back up towards the front, and I think he is. You see the momentum. It just builds so quick here at Daytona. You blink, you'll miss something here. That's what I love about this.
Yes.
Now the 83 can see if he can lead the charge.
And that's the thing is, too, maybe the 71's package in his car was better set up for a pushing style of support as opposed to a lead. So it's good that these guys are flip-flopping and trying different leaders in this outside lane right here. Look at Carl Lindstrom's car, too. That thing is just a shiny. Yeah, baby. That Napa car is trying to go fast right now. It'll look good, too.
You can see your reflection in it. It's a, whoa! That's what you got to be careful right there. 71 just got off center a little bit with the bump track. You saw how the 83's car reacted. It twitched a little bit, and that's what you got to be careful with. You're playing Russian roulette when you're bump drafting here through the tri-oval.
Oh, and you're lying there. Look how much it backed him up, too. Jeez, now this top group there, gone, they said. We're saying gone, too. They're like a split second ahead of them, right? But that's how things roll in super speedways. It's all in fractions. not seconds.
See, the 27 had a good run, jumped to the outside of Danny C. White in the 88. Brian Zimmerman, 28, is going to follow his teammate there, Hunter Lagoons, in the Pit Lizard Performance 5 Kings Motorsports machine. So now what do? Do you just try to get up there and lead this thing? I think that's what they're going to do. And you saw Harbin there in the 95. He looked like he was blocked high, but he thought better of it and jumped back down in front of Dylan Banks.
And we got possible new leader happening right now. Hunter Lagunas in the 27 going to do the charge. Along with the 28 is Amy. Yeah, baby. Gets
Look what happened there with the 48.
Ooh.
You mentioned a while ago he would not push in the corners. That run on the outside started. The 48 was right there on the 95's bumper through the entire turn 1 and 2.
So he's challenging back. He's showing power. He's like, fine, I'm cool enough. I can lay on him for a minute. And it seems like Josh Harbin hasn't really missed a beat, and he's holding a good line toward the front. As you got the 48 all over the bumper of that 95. They say, you want to go fast, boys? And let's go fast then. Let's burn her down. But how long can we hold this out?
Right. But that's what I was about to go to. This is a statement. It's not a knock on anybody. But if I have somebody pushing me, if I have to pick, I want the 48 pushing me. I think he's the best pusher in the league right now. If he's on my rear bumper, I'm happy.
Or Johnson.
That's
Steve
very
Johnson.
true. Checkmate there. That's Stephen T's also a damn good pusher as well.
I mean, dude, when he said let's go to the front, he means it.
He'll get you to the front. You better hang on. You're going to the front.
Especially if he's on your bumper, dude.
Right.
Speaking of,
those restarts are crazy with Stephen T. Johnson. Because if you say I want to go to the front, he'll say buckle up. We're going to the front.
100%. Look at him go right now. So and now this pack is just getting more and more condensed. All right, there is no laying back now. We're 18 laps to go, and we have a possible lap traffic coming up here. And what kind of stuff is this going to produce?
Nerve-wracking, because this track, you can fit 3 wide, but damn, I'll be honest, it's tough. We've seen it already. Like 3 wide is possible.
But this
track gets really skinny. Yeah. It gets really skinny.
Especially how fast they're flying by the 44. You know, it's like, I mean, like, because everyone's running at the same pace except for that one thing that's flying backward. And it looked like everybody cleared. Everybody is good.
Now what the 44 is going to try to do, he's going to try to hold on to the back of the pack and keep the draft, but I think their pace difference between having the draft versus him being a solo car is too much. I don't know if he'll be able to hang on to the back of the pack.
Ooh, yeah, I don't know. That was because their momentum is going right now. Energy is up, dude. But he does have a backup. There's a crew back there that could use some help. Use a few more cars in their party because right now these guys are still side by side. But because of how fast they're generating their speeds here, bumper to bumper, challenging each other. Each line going tit for tat. At least it was. Now the inside line, it seems like it has overwhelmed the outside or outmatched them, outpowered them. Right now the outside's going to have to take a step back, reformulate, right, which means new players. Let's flip it up. Let's do our chess move here. And let's flip up drivers and see if we can see who can drive us to the front, right? You know, what tandem is going to drag the rest of that field up. But it's also into that field to stay right there with them. Close that air off. Whoa, very close on side draft right there.
Side drafting. See, the outside lane, they're getting tired of seeing that inside lane pull forward on them. And I know this because I've raced with those guys in the 27, 28. I know what they're saying in Discord. We got to go. You got to push me here. Stephen T. Johnson, same way. They want to get back up there, get nose to tail with that front row of Harvey and Banks. So they're trying to basically manufacture the run here now. Look at them. They're side drafting coming all the way down there, leaning on the door of the 86 toboggan. This is when mistakes cannot be made because one small mistake, you got a big one happening.
Oh, absolutely. And you got this Raptor Race Graphics 27, Hunter Lagunas here, charging the outside. And this kid, he's a kid. He's very talented, but he does lack some patience at times, so that could be his downfall, but not today. Not today. As he's charging, side drafting, pitching him down. Here he comes, outside lane, running, and the 27 is going to take quick work and jump down to the bottom. But the run is not over yet. The one is now on the 28's bumper as these guys are flying off here. 15 laps left remaining. You think we're coming to lap 2 to go. Oh my goodness, it's a beautiful formation flying right now, Tanner. I'm loving every piece of this run of the duel number 2.
And what you just saw there, Five Kings Motorsports Pitless Performance, they want to control both lines. That's why you saw the 27 jump down. But now look, the outside lane, it has lost so much momentum.
Man, what
they
happened?
wanted to control both lanes. I had no idea what happened there. That's going to allow somebody else to jump up in front of the 28. As I'm not sure, I'm really clueless, because they basically just stopped going down the backstretch compared to that low line.
No, I mean, it was, I don't know if there was contact there or something.
There had to be something that we missed, right? Something small that happened that just stacked them up. So now everything that Zimmy, Stephen T, Larry Bell, everything they gained,
gone.
It's all back down, all gone.
Yeah, man. But they have plenty of time to reline, regenerate that run, and get themselves back to the front. So it ain't over yet, but they are running out of time. You know, once we get inside that 10, you know, you need to be somewhere.
Yep. But the biggest benefactor of all that, Puncher the Junker, the 27, the kid as you called him, up front, took the run on the high side, muscled that car up there to the front with help from Brian Zimmerman and Stephen T. Johnson, and he's now our race leader.
And your 2024 truck champion right here. Kind of funny how our previous champions are up here in them podium positions. Weird how that works out.
Right. Cream and talent. It rises to the top no matter what.
Oh, man. And again, here we go. Shooting at the top. It's starting to form up a little bit more here. A new player possibly on the outside. Negative. So that's the 0-2 is Scotty Stevens. They're going to split him. Looks like the 1 and the 28, the 43. Those guys are really focusing on staying linked up here. I think that this is going to be where that run's going to start. It's going to be with that, maybe the 28. But as we're doing all of this and this jockeying of positions and trying to figure it out, look at this inside or this front line. They're
getting away from him.
They're gone.
So those four in the back, 28 to 1, the 43 and the 0-2, those are teammates. They were trying to get together. Now they just got to be careful. Don't lose the draft. I think they're okay now that they got a single file. But it's going to take them 2 laps or so to get back up there to the field.
Right.
That's the way the momentum works here. Now we have an outside lane between the 71, 83, and I believe that is Jeremy Richmond, if I'm not mistaken, on the outside lane. So they're going to try to form that outside line once more, see if they can make their way back up towards the front. They're making headway.
Yeah, I would get it started. I'd get it started now. I mean, we're coming inside the 10. You need to start making some positions. I know things happen fast here at super speedways, but it does take a while for that to happen, you know? So, big wobbles there out of that 27 of Hunter Lagunas. You know, the only good thing about Hunter Lagunas and you know, his cars and everything, right, is that if he crashes them, screws them up, whatever else, he gets to paint himself a new one. It's all good. So, I mean, he's not too worried about the scratches and the dings and the dents on his car. He's the one making it. Some good-looking cars out there, too.
Absolutely. That's one thing I love about the new seasons, Chris. You get to see all new paint schemes. But look at that one little bobble out of the 27 from the bump from the 95. Look what it did. Yeah. Adam Thompson, new face out front, new race leader. Now, will he jump down or will he stay in front of Carl Lindstrom? Carl Lindstrom brought him to the dance, brought him to the party. He's going to stay with him, it looks like.
Oh, but no, he said, juke move to the bottom. Thank you very much. Come and get it. We got, oh my God, Matt Jones. Oh, Jones is sideways and the one's in it.
That just set up a damn shootout right there.
Oh, my God. Man, we didn't get a chance. We were just getting into Jones and his Mastercraft Chevy there. And, oh, man. That's just disappointing. Let's see what happened here. As we got big crash. Johnson was in it too. Steve Johnson. Just terrible. Slow it down here and we'll see. So all of a sudden it was that. Okay, so check up here. 28. Looking at the 77. 28's looking a little bit lower. 77's pretty high. 28's going to move. He's going to take that. The door is open. He's going to take it. And he did. The 77 kind of floated up and then came back down. And he got turned. The one of Johnson, just innocent bystander there, just checking up, trying to get out of it. Has no control. Boom, boom, boom. 3 cars right there. Possible 4, maybe.
I see a lot of 5 Kings Motorsports cars that were involved in that one. That's what happens when you're racing around teammates. If a teammate gets involved in something, you're usually taking out a few of you.
Man, that is.
But you mentioned earlier, they do have a fast repair. One fast repair, one fresh car for the ones not familiar. They go down pit road, click a button, and boom, the car's fresh, pristine, new.
They only get that one
That's
shot.
all you get. You're no longer gambling with house money now. Now it's when it's make or break.
These are guys pit probably get some damage fixed, but we have a new leader, Carl Lindstrom, in the 83 Chevy. And what a move that was too. All of that broke down all literally simultaneously.
It was impressive. It was impressive. Like Adam actually said, I can hear the chat between the drivers now. Adam said, Carl, once you got to my bumper, it was like you hit the NOS button or something. I mean, just to see the run they developed. And yes, there was more than them two cars out there, but those two were breakaway cars in tandem. And they went up there, and that's why I was shocked to see Carl actually jump down low, but thank goodness he did, because now he is the race leader.
Yeah, let's look at it one more time here. Where we got a second to regather the field. Oops.
I mean, normally runs on here, Chris, they take about a lap, half a lap to a lap. Hell, that didn't even take a corner. It was like half a corner, and Carl was there.
Yeah, there he is right there. Okay, let's just wind this back. And let's jump on board with Carl Lindstrom here. There we go. So he's got a good shove. Good shove here. He said, I'm going right to the bottom.
Textbook. And he timed it so well to where that inside lane didn't have to check up really. They just picked him up and momentum kept rolling.
And he did. He had plenty of room. Let's check out the rear view from the 27's point of view. Carl Lindstrom out on the back of his car here, going to P1.
It was all one fluid motion right there. 27 may have had to crack the throttle a little bit.
Nope.
I mean,
no, not at all.
It didn't sound like it, did
Not
it?
at all. He had feet to clear, and then finally he picked him up perfectly. Good shove. Man, that you're right. That was textbook right there.
It was perfectly timed. He timed that perfect. A lot of times, folks, when that move gets made, inside lane has to check up so hard, and then 3 or 4 cars back, that checkup, it starts getting bigger and bigger. It just builds, right? And that's normally how your wrecks happen here. But right there, Carl, and kudos to the junker, too. Picked him up smoothly, and away they were going.
And he did, though. And he laid into him nicely, squarely, so he didn't want to bobble him, because that move can stall you up and check that whole lineup. If he comes, slams into that 83, gets him loose, checks up that whole line, and that outside line just continues. And then of course, that support car of Hunter is now going to lose even more spots.
We got lights off on that Ford Mustang pace car out front. That means we're going to be going green flag racing with, I believe, 6 laps to go when they cross the stripe here.
6 laps left remaining in duel number 2. How's this one going to go? I mean, I think it's going to be exciting. I really do. I mean, but we're going to be look for that energy. All right, that's what I always like to look. I have a way I can refer to it, Tanner, of a negative and positive energy. So, of course, positive energy is going forward. Those bump drafting, everybody bump drafting evenly, keeping those even pushes going forward until that one checkup, which creates that negative energy, right? And what it does, and now that comes backward, and that's that stack up, and then it just increases more and more and more as you get further back of the field. Same thing that happens with the positive energy when you have pushers on pushers, right?
Yep.
Because then that energy's stacking forward, and there's nowhere to go when it gets to the front, but sideways. Under the goodness. On the outside, Carl Lindstrom leading the way. Lights are out. We are definitely home. Let's go get some. Get all this.
Lots of chatter. These guys are, you work with me or you going with me? Let's go together. When do you want to go? There's so much chatter happening right now. These guys, I'm telling you, I said it twice already. They are playing chess. Green flag about to be out in the air.
Wow.
Green, green, green.
And we're green, possibly for the last time. I don't know. But it's a 50-50. Carl Lindstrom off to a decent start, the 27 100 Lagunas. He is right there with them as well. Both lines trying to mirror each other, getting up to speed.
Both lines basically side by side on the restart. You normally don't see that. You normally see one line get a better restart. right here, I think the Junker might have the momentum here. He might get clear of the 83. Will he elect to stay high? I think he will, because he would have already jumped down if he was wanting to go low.
Look at that huge shove. Huge shove by the 95. Can't clear yet because the 71's going to counter back. Oh, the 95's going to go ahead and hang him out the drive. We got contacted into the wall.
And Wellman going around right in front of Scotty after the caution's out. That's going to be a mad team chat right there.
Uh-huh. Absolutely. Wellman sideways. Who was that? Masked man in the fence. That is going to be, oh no, the 32. That's your gunny right there. Watch out. He's going to be taking some jokers out here. So let's see. Go back to, it looks like it starts with around that Johnson, somewhere around there. It seemed to be where it started at. Okay, we're going to have, oh wait. Is this the wrong one? This is the wrong one. My bad. So this is the, it looks like, okay, so it says Wellman. We're just going to go with it. We know he was involved in some incident.
Ooh, I watched it a little closer. I have the luxury of going back and being able to slow it down and change the camera angle. Looks like there was a little bit of netco between the one car of Johnson and the 32 of Tulip Bowl Tom Freitas.
Uh-oh.
That's one of the cons, right? We're racing online in our bedrooms, right? It's what can happen. Then the incident after the wreck, that's what stinks. That's the 2-5 Kings boys right here getting involved with each other. Not a lot of contact though between them after the wreck, so that's a good thing. But now 32, a hard lick to the outside wall.
Right. I don't know if he was already involved in something earlier, but we'll see if he makes it back out there. So he goes high. So he just went high and then, oh man, yeah, contact.
While we have this breaking the axe, I do want to say we have 30+ viewers live concurrent right now. We have 11 likes. Headbutt that like button for us. Snipe that like button. Whatever you want to do. I want to see that. I want to refresh this stream and see at least 20 likes on there. Costs you nothing, right? But it helps us out a ton. Helps Tron out a ton here at Front Row Broadcasting. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Never miss a single lap of the action.
Thank you for the reminder. I always, you know what? I don't know what it is. I always tend to let that slip on that. For reminding, you know, because I always need to get reminded too when I'm watching something that I really like on YouTube, a good channel, and I think that I'm subscribed, but I'm not. I'm like, wait a minute, how am I not subscribed to this? I watch this all the time. I don't get it. But yeah, again, you know, you're not gonna win anything or get anything and like that, but you're gonna get hopefully an awesome show is what you're gonna get. That's what we're looking for.
Absolutely.
And we try to bring in it, everyone, and I'm trying to get my stupid chat things working, but my chat box will not pop up for some reason. So anybody out there giving those chats and everything, appreciate all the shout outs. And again, we are now super chatted as well. So again, a little shout out there in that matter. So if you're looking to maybe throw a possible donation, little tip action on us, help us out with these trophies and these driver funds we got going on, man, we really appreciate it. So there's that option now available for Front Row Broadcasting.
Absolutely. Now, folks, I'm not here every week like Chris Paul Hamas is. I'm just in here helping out tonight, but normally I'm going to be racing. I do want to say about the super chats and the tips, this man does all this for free. He's not making a nickel here, not making a dime doing this. He does it every Thursday, every Friday night he's here. So thank you, Tron. I said it earlier, but thank you for the work you put in. I don't think a lot of people know what it takes to actually broadcast a series, especially a long one, a full season like this. I've broadcast for a while. I know what goes into it, and I salute you, brother.
Oh, man. And again, thank you so much, because you're right. It does. It takes a lot for us to get these things done. And to all broadcasters, everyone out there who's really in these league owners and run these things. These programs are not easy to put together. And a lot of times we scratch our heads like, why in the heck are we doing this again?
I did it for 4 years, brother. You know you ever seen Field of Dreams? I'm sure you have. If you build it, they will come. So that's partly true here on iRacing. If you build it, you can get a few. These guys have busted their tail. That's why we have 40+ drivers out here tonight between both duels. Right. It's not necessarily if you build it, they will come. If you build it, some will come. But you got to work at it. You got to build it. And that's what these boys have been doing over the course of hell, 5-6 years now. Y'all started in NASCAR Heat.
Yep.
You evolved into iRacing. That's where we've gotten Harbin here. He came from NASCAR Heat. He's here with us now in iRacing. If you build it, they will come, but you got to keep building it, and that's exactly what y'all done.
Keeping it alive, man. But again, it's also about everybody that's involved here. It's not just myself.
It's a community.
It's
a community.
You know, we got cats like yourself who will jump up here in a heartbeat if you got a time and a moment to help out. And again, same thing with a lot of the other drivers too out here. So again, just having all the drivers working together, you know, just as a you know, an overall, not, you know, as a team, just having as an overall really helps here in this matter as well. But we are getting ready to go green one more time here, Tanner, and I'm ready for it. We got a shootout. It's 3 laps. What do you think?
I think we're getting a natural green-white checker here. I think. Now, they only get one true attempt at a green-white checker, but I'm almost positive this is not counted as the one and only attempt because it's a natural green-white checker. They're going to take the green flag, come back around, take the white, and then they're racing to it to get to it. So, we'll see.
Man.
Is this the last caution?
And you got some heavy hitters up here toward the front looking to get back there again. You got Dylan Banks, the Jeremy Richmond, Hunter Lagunas. Oh, man, you name it. All these guys are back out here chomping at the bit to get some. Don't count out guys like Matt Jones, Kyler McCartney, Larry Bell, Kyle Wellman. All these guys starting a little more toward the rear of the field. Tom Freitas, here we go. Possibly last green flag start for the dual run. Duel number 2 on its way out. 95 leading the way. Josh Harbin along with Adam Thompson. Huge shove by Adam Thompson and Hunter Lagunas. These 3 cars teaming up, but we do have Carl Lyncham, I believe, on the outside trying to get this outside line going, and does. We've seen this last year where the outside line kind of came back on this last lap and made their way around the outside line with a heap of momentum. Let's see if we'll see the same. Now the 83 ducking below, getting a good little sip and dip here, if that's what he's looking for. You're going to dip to the outside up to get the sip of this drop.
Johnson around in the back.
Johnson sideways, still green. He's going to start from the back. Josh Harbin still leading the way. 71 action still happening up front. 83 Carl Lyncham looking for the run. Jones in for it. Where is Jones? 77.
What will you do to be the Duel 2 winner? Whoever wins is starting P4 at the Daytona 500. They're punching their ticket, Tron.
Oh, here comes the 83 on the outside. Big, huge shove. 48 now on the back of the 83's bumper. They got the run. Oh, they got contact.
Oh,
Gilroy. 83 of Carl Lyncham may possibly win this thing. He's got Dylan Banks on his bumper. One last time for a dip moving around through the triangle. Here they come side by side. Carl Lindstrom's going to win the duel number 2.
I'm not mistaken. That's his first front row next gen Cup Series race win right there, I believe.
Wow.
Don't quote me on it, but I'm almost positive it is.
Okay. Yeah, look at that. Carl Lindstrom getting her done. Let's bring up some of those. Big moment for Carl right there. That was impressive, buddy.
I'm pumped. I'm pumped to see Carl Lindstrom with that race win because he's somebody, he don't make a lot of noise, right? He don't have a lot of drama around him. He's pretty quiet. Hell, I think I raced with him 2 full seasons before I even heard him talk. So I'm super excited. That's going to be a fan favorite win right there.
Yes, absolutely. But here's the other thing is, too, when it comes to Carl Lindstrom, I mean, he's no one paid his dues in this league. Absolutely. But he has, you know, he stepped his program up for this year.
Absolutely.
He's even told me that he was going to. He's shown it to us at the end of 2024, making it to the playoffs, being there in striking distance, and this time he's going to go all the way. That's what he's been telling me. And I believe it now. Look at this. Last lap, Carl Lindstrom, huge shove, big checkups. We're last lapping it right now. Run to the outside. Carl Lindstrom giving the shove to the 95, goes around him, takes the 48, 27 now, just kind of like, oh, which way do I go? Which way do I go? No, they're all separated. He's going to hold them off all the way to the checkered flag. 48's going to dip out to the outside just for a quick peek. Southside across the line. That's great. That's awesome. And Carl Lindstrom burning it down. Uh-oh, missed it.
Yeah.
It's all right. Well, let's rewind it. My bad. Boys down there giving their congrats. You got 1, 2, and 3. Look at that, buddy. That is just awesome. With some bumper cars going on by the 27. Go figure. Yeah, you don't need to worry about that paint job though, because he's gonna repaint his own.
Yeah, that's right. We'll have the guys in the body shop making it look pretty for the 500.
Carl Lindstrom, our race winner. Welcome to the booth, my man. Yeah, dude. What a run at the end. Just saw your burnouts there. Congratulations on tonight's race win. On the dual 2 win.
Yeah, that's awesome. You know, I was just gonna park it there at the start-finish line and not do anything, but Dylan, my teammate's like, nah, dude, you gotta burn it down. So
Yeah.
I did a little burnout at the end.
Well, run us back on your drive, buddy. Your drive was impressive. You're trying to style it out a little more toward the front. I was just commenting about how you had a really strong run toward the end of the 2024 season, and you were vowing that you're coming back with a vengeance, and you are here to play. And you made an incredible statement tonight.
Yeah. You know, early on in the race, we got trapped. We didn't have a really good qualifying run, so in the second duel we were kind of in the back, and it was hard to pass. Both outside and the inside lane both kind of were pretty even. And then I just got to the point where I was like, you know what, I'm tired of being back here, so I drove it up through the middle. Got a little aggressive, but did it in probably a good way. I had my teammate pushing me up through the middle, and then we got up into the top 10. We pretty much stayed there after that the whole night, and there at the end, it felt like both lanes weren't moving very well, so I had Adam Thompson on the outside, and I just pushed him all the way up to the front, and I figured out I got him up to the front. I might as well just take the advantage now and drive down underneath and take the lead, and that's what I did. And as soon as I did that, the caution came out, and we didn't look back after that. We had the lead, and we kept it all the way through the cautions and the restarts. The second to the last restart, I took the inside lane. I forget who was out there. I think it might have been Hunter Lagunas on the outside lane, and he kept up with me. You know, I had Adam pushing me. Hunter was on the outside lane, and he pretty much kept up with me, and I was thinking, man, if he had somebody pushing him, they would have been able to just check out and drop down, and, you know, then I would have been stuck out there. So when the caution came back out, I was like, yeah, that's not going to happen. Not again. Fortunately, I had my teammate behind me, and we took off, and he pushed me. I said, hey, you going to push me if I take the outside lane? He says, absolutely. I won't let you down. I said, all right, let's take the outside lane, and that was it.
It's
So,
like, I won't let you down.
He got second, so.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, what a race too. That was just, like I said, you guys timed it perfectly. We were discussing that earlier about how those timings of runs need to be orchestrated, and you guys did it beautifully right here, especially on your maneuver down to the bottom lane after clearing them. That was like, and you timed that perfectly with the 27. He came in and got right to your bumper, nice and smooth, like not missing a beat.
Yeah, I kept telling, couldn't see behind me because I had a bumper full of my teammate in my rearview mirror, so I couldn't see if they were gonna have a run. So I just kept saying, hey, I basically told my Discord, hey, shut up, I need Dylan to talk to me right here, because you know, it's a duel, it's not the 500, it's not a points race, but anytime you get out here and you win a race, it's important. It builds confidence, lets you know you're doing the right thing. So I needed to have my Discord kind of chill out a little bit, and Dylan and I just worked together there at the end. And he did an amazing job. So, man,
what a run, and what an exciting race! You guys had that, you know, side by side lines built up throughout the entirety of the race. You know, different leaders falling front to back. I mean, it looked exciting from here. I mean, was it as exciting in the cockpit as it was from here?
It was. You know, I think we were aggressive, but we did it in the appropriate way.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't aggressive and overly aggressive. There was a little give, a little take out there, but it was on the aggressive side, and that's what you need to have on these big tracks. You know, you can't just drive through people all the time. So,
Yeah, I felt like it was aggressive. I felt like we learned. I feel like I learned a lot. You know, it's a chess game. These restrictor plaques or restrictor track racing. I guess it's not really restrictor, but you know, reduced horsepower tracks where you're in a pack like this. It's a chess game. You know, you got to kind of try to move your way up, and it can be difficult. But hey, we'll take it tonight. It was all the cards just kind of played out the way they needed to for us tonight. So.
Well, I mean, so how does this feel though coming into the 500? I mean, you think you got a good chance to get something done?
Yeah, you know, so I was talking to you before the season started. I told you, you know, I think starting up front's an important thing in our league. One, you know, our league has some really talented drivers. It's hard to pass. You know, it's not. You make a mistake, you're gonna lose a couple spots, and that's not on Daytona, but you know, on our 1.5 miles and stuff. So, you know, it's hard to be consistent every lap, and if you're not, you know, they're gonna make you pay. So, so to come out here and get a good start on these tracks, Daytona and Talladega, you know, I've always took the philosophy either you be up front or you be in the back and try to miss the wreck. And you know, I think over the last year, being in the back's not really the best place to be because you got to drive, unless you're way in the back, you know. But if you're in the back, you're driving through everybody, right? All the wreck, all the cars spinning, and chances are you're going to get hit. So my philosophy this year is to try to stay up to the front as much as I can, and hopefully everything happens behind me and I don't have to drive through none of it.
Man, and it looks like that strategy is paying its dividends right off the bat, my man, because you got up toward the front, you really showed your strength up there, and you continued forward. Man, that was freaking awesome. All right?
Yeah, it was.
That was a good run, dude. That was a heck of a good run.
Yeah.
But again, we're gonna have a lot more here in store, and of course our. I mean, does it put a little more pressure on knowing that you got a chance to win something? You know, like this big old Joker right here, dude. And yes, I am holding up the freaking big old trophy. All right. I mean, does it have the 83 of Carl Lindstrom destined to go on this Joker?
Yeah. I mean, what other leagues out there give out trophies? I mean, this league is amazing. I mean, you're getting a trophy. You're racing with top-notch guys. I mean, these guys are great at Iracing. So, and it's just it's a statement. I mean, you win in this league, it's a statement. You've won something. You know, we got guys in here at 5,000-6,000 I rating. So, yeah, it's not easy. But on the other hand, if you want to improve and you want to get better, you have to surround yourself with those type of racers, or you're not gonna improve. So, you know, that's what I love about this league. I've been in other leagues where, you know, I was the guy that was winning races, and I felt like I wasn't being pushed. So I went out and looked for another league, and I've been racing in this league for, I think I missed the first year front row started, so 5 years I think now.
Yeah. Oh my God, and that long. Jesus.
And I haven't won yet.
So Tanner was right. Oh my God, so Tanner was right. So this is your first sprint.
Yeah, I haven't won in this league yet. So
well, you have now, baby.
That goes to say how great drivers are in this league. It really does. So, absolutely. Yeah, I appreciate it. Hey, man, I got to get a shout out before we go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Chris, you in the booth, you know, everything you do up there, and the team that you have that helps you. I know you're gonna have some support maybe this year. Hopefully things work out with that, but. You're a one-man wrecking crew, buddy, and you make it fun. It's always great to have fans be able to watch this, and for us drivers, it's awesome that we can go back and watch it. So I appreciate everything you do, and hey, for you guys that don't know, he's the man who's making those trophies, and he's doing it on his dime. So shout out to you, buddy. I mean, it's awesome.
And
then I got
and Jinx. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and I got to give a shout out to the admins in front row. Tom, the league owner, man, you know how to put a league together. But it's not done all. You know, he's got some support. Tanner, I know you're out there and you step up and you fill those holes when they're needed, and we have other guys like Garrett Wiles. You know, he's been stepping in and helping out. So I just appreciate everything you guys do. And this year I'm running a new paint scheme. I thought I liked the Chase Elliott paint scheme, and I wanted it chrome, so I had Grant Designs make me a paint scheme, and it turned out to be amazing. So I love the scheme. So.
Well, I mean, it seems to love the front so far because it looked good up there. You know?
Yeah. Right.
Man, what an impressive run right off the start for that 83 team, man.
Yeah.
You guys are just continue on, buddy. Continue on.
Yeah, I hope so.
But thanks again for all of that. I really do. I appreciate it. A lot of hard work from you know, behind the scenes here with everything, as Tanner was mentioning. But you know, again, this is what we do. We do it for all of you folks out there, and of course for our drivers. And honestly, the number one reason why we are here, it's because we're race fans. Dang it! You know, come on. We love racing, man. This is how much we love racing. All right, we're race fans to the core. I have been since I was knee-high to grasshopper. Pretty sure a lot of these guys in here doing the same. All right, that's why we're so crazy. But man, again, shout out to all the drivers, right? You guys are awesome.
Yeah.
Keep it up.
Yeah.
Keep it up. Dude, thank you so much for all your kind words. And man, we hope to see one of these trophies going to that Lindstrom family here in a minute.
Yeah. Hey, look at that. Go Chevy.
Yeah, baby.
Go Chevy, buddy.
he's got the power under the hood.
Yeah.
All right, on, buddy. Well, we'll let you get on out of here. Gonna tune on over.
Right.
But man, thank you so much again, and man, congratulations on your duel too.
I'm pumped. I can't wait for the 500.
Yep. Oh yeah, me too. Yeah. I'm super stoked now, especially now after watching what I just watched tonight.
Yeah.
So,
cool.
Thanks again, buddy. Appreciate you.
Thanks to all the fans.
Yes.
You know, you guys make it fun too.
Absolutely.
So, appreciate everybody watching.
Copy that. Thank you, buddy.
Yep.
All right, back over to Tanner. Tanner. Man, that was impressive. Man. Thank you so much for stepping in tonight and coming over and lightening up the mood. I mean, especially in the beginnings, it's always super stressful getting all this together. You know, so again, dude, thank you so much. You did. If you check out TSP on YouTube, and you'll understand what I'm talking about. How awesome this dude is too. So seriously, TSP, that's the place.
Appreciate that.
Absolutely, buddy. And again, we're looking forward. Hey, you are broadcasting some stuff this year, right?
I've slowed down quite a bit. Having PC issues, not 100% sure. May just jump in here and there.
Okay. Well, the door is open, buddy. Anytime you want to come in over here. I know you're going to be racing because we need you out on that track putting on that show. Man,
hey, I'm hoping, sorry to cut you off, but I won one time last year at Talladega. I got me a sweet little trophy. Haven't hung it up. I don't know if my background, what it's going to do to it, but we'll show it. Here's one of the trophies.
You see it beautifully.
So we have that I got to hang up. That's from winning Talladega. I'm hoping to win a few more so I can chat with you more here.
Oh, man. Well, hey, we got Jinx printing over here like a mad dog, and going to continue to print for quite the minute. Like right now, you guys can't see this project because this one's a little more top secret when it comes to it. But I don't just design trophies. I design like all kinds of stuff. So right now we have ourselves some marine stuff going for the boat, and you know, it's a new product to be had, which I'm stoked about. But anyways, man, we've been chatting away, you know, just you know, all that with all the fans. So let's go ahead and let them get on out of here and get ourselves moving on for that. But just for next Friday, all right? That's why we do these on the Fridays here. Next Friday, here comes the 500. Do not miss it. It's gonna be an awesome show. We're gonna be talking to Tanner and Tom and everybody else prior to the show, getting everybody going on that pre-game nonsense. It's going to be fun, man. We're going to have a blast. Have this trophy just right there with them. Man, so super stoked. So make sure you tune in next week. Around the same time, I'll be going on around 8:45 or so, maybe a little earlier. So look for us around 8:30. But the easiest way to solve that problem, everyone out there, is you got to hit that like or subscriber button. Hit that subscribe button. Get them. And there's a little thing called the noties, right? Hit that little noties button notification, and that's going to let you know when we get on. And we don't get on all the time. We don't. We go once, twice a week because we got the truck and cup. So, and we don't take long. We right to business, all right? We don't like messing around. So we right to it. And so you want to have that noti button on. So when that thing flashes up, you got about 30 seconds or so before we in it, okay? But yeah, anyways, thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. All this, of course, brought to you by Moser Racing, Trek Racer, W Energy Drink, and Raptor Race Graphics. So appreciate all the support here and more. We're going to get all the rest of our sponsors and everything else going on for the 500. But again, thank you, fans, for tuning in. Tanner, you're the man, son. I appreciate you.
Yep. Yes, sir. Until next time, brother.
Heck yeah. So, till next week, stay tuned, and we'll see you soon. 2025, we back.
Peace.
Sometimes you just feel tired. You feel weak. And when you feel weak, you feel like you want to just give up. But you gotta search within you. Try to find that inner strength and just pull that shit out of you. And get that motivation to not give up and not be a quitter. No matter how bad you want to just fall flat on your face and collapse.
Till I collapse, I'm spilling these raps. Long as you feel them to the day that I drop. You'll never say that I'm not killing them. Cause when I am not, then I'ma stop pinning them. And I am not hip-hop, and I'm just not Eminem. Subliminal thoughts when I'ma stop sending them. Women are caught in web, spin them in hawk venom. Adrenaline shots, the penicillin could not get the illness to stop. Amoxicillin's just not real enough. The criminal cop killing hip-hop, filling a minimal swap to cop millions of pop listeners. You're coming with me, feel it or not. You're gonna fear it like I showed you. The spirit of God lives in us. You hear it a lot, lyrics to shock. Is it a miracle or am I just product of pop? Listen up, the sizzle, my whistle, this is the plot. Listen up, you business for guys, Slizzle does not give a fuck.
Comes on till the lights go out, till my leg give out. Can't check my mouth till the smoke clears out. Am I high? I'ma rip this shit till my bone color till the roof comes on, till the lights go out, till my leg give out. Can't shut my mouth till the smoke clears out. Am I high? I'ma rip this shit till my bone color.
Music is like magic. There's a certain feeling you get when you reel and you spit, and people are feeling your shit. This is your moment, and every single minute you spend trying to hold on to it, cause you may never get it again. So while you're in it, try to get as much shit as you can. And when your run is over, just admit when it's in its end. Cause I'm at the end of my wits with half the shit that gets in. I got a list, here's the order of my list that it's in. It goes Reggie, Jay-Z, Tupac, and Biggie. Andre from Outkast, Jada, Corrupt, Nas, and Vimy. But in this industry, I'm the cause of a lot of envy. So when I'm not put on this list, this shit does not offend me. That's why you see me walk around like nothing's bothering me. Even though half you people got a fucking problem with me. Respect to God to give me the press is wet dream like Bob and your Whitney. Nay, kick me
Till the roof comes on, till the lights go out, till my leg give out. Can't shut my mouth till the smoke clears out. Am I high? I'ma rip this shit till my bone color. Till the roof comes on, till the lights go out, till my leg give out. Can't shut my mouth till the smoke clears out. Am I high? I'ma rip this shit till my bone color.
As soon as a verse starts, I eat it at MC's heart. What is he thinking? I'm not to go against me smart, and it's absurd how people hang on every word. I probably never get the props I feel I ever deserve, but I'll never be served. My spot is forever reserved. If I ever leave Earth, that would be the death of me first. Cause in my heart of hearts, I know nothing could ever be worse. That's why I'm clever when I put together every verse. My thoughts are sporadic. I act like I'm an addict. I rap like I'm addicted to smack, like I'm Kim Mathers. But I don't wanna go forth and back in constant battles. The fact is I would rather sit back and bomb some rappers. So this is like a full-blown attack. I'm launching at 'em. The track is on some battle and rap, so want some static. Cause I don't really think that the fact that I'm slim matters. A black and platinum status is whack if I'm not the baddest.
Till the roof comes off, till the lights go out, till my leg give out. Can't shut my mouth till the smoke clears out. I'ma rip this shit till my bone color.